Have a seat.
Have a seat. Have you guys been to the cathedral before? Someone mentioned about the architect. Yeah, come and join us. We're talking about anything you want to talk about. School. Two people talking enough in Blackburn. Apparently Liverpool is the place to sort of chat. Yeah? Let's get around the names. Come and take a seat. Come and fill up and say, hey, come and join us. Let's give you a round of applause. Fantastic. What's your name? Charlotte. Charlotte. Jensen. Yeah. Come and take a seat. There's some seats around this side. Jerome. Jerome. Mike. Come a bit closer.
No way, I'm not mine.
Come a bit closer. Yeah, what's your name? Khadija.
Maximilian.
Maximilian. Macy.
Will. Mikey.
Mikey, you've got some parents in the background. Come a bit closer. Come a bit closer. Space. I'm Elam. This is Talkaoke. It's a free-form talk show. You can talk about anything. We started talking about Vimto. We spoke about Blackburn. We spoke about should young people have jobs, you know. Somebody around the table made their child start working from the age of 3. We're talking about where's the best place to eat. I mean, what should we be talking about in Blackburn?
I just want to go back to this point because I know we talked about it a lot today about young people working because they are effectively excluded from the economy and not allowed to work. And it means they can't take an active role. Do you know what I mean? I personally think it's wrong.
What do you mean by that? So you say that?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't decide what you want to buy. You can't decide, you know, what you want to do. Obviously, you've got your parents making those decisions for you. But if you, then suddenly at 18, it's flipped round completely the other way, and you've got to decide everything for yourself when you've had no practice.
Right.
So I personally think that you should be able to work a lot more as a young person to get practice about, not just about working, but also how to spend money as well.
I mean, Khadija, what do you think? If you could work, do you think that young people should be working more? So you can like spend your own money?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you've given this a bit of thought. I mean, what kind of jobs should young people be doing?
I'm not sure. Just ones where you can have money and your money. It's a bit of independence.
A little bit of money. I mean, have you thought about what kind of job you might like to do in the future? Yeah? Anyone thought about what jobs they would love to be doing right now but can't because they're young? Yeah? Have you thought about it? Is it Maximilian? Oh, Maximilian, that's you.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? I mean, earlier we had someone around the table who makes her own clothes. We heard about someone that works in a sushi restaurant. I mean, where would you want to work? You know, if you could work right now, hey, we've got to do dancing. Should dancing, should we be able to make money? Should we be able to make money from dancing? Yeah? What would that look like? How would you make money from dancing?
Get rent out a place.
Nightclubs, so you say that you could earn money in nightclubs dancing? Alright. I mean, earlier, I don't know, are children allowed in nightclubs? How would that work?
Should be under 18s clubs.
Right, so you saying that there should be under 18 clubs, yeah?
Down, it's like a rave.
Oh, so there is already like a...
14-year-olds to 18-year-olds.
Right, whereabouts is that?
Manchester, Leeds.
Yeah. Is there any Blackburn?
No.
Yeah?
We used to have one in Birmingham called Teen Culture. That's what we used to go to. Every Friday night you go out to Teen Culture. But yeah, it was great fun. We used to love it. But it was a rock club. It wasn't everyone's scene. So right, what music in the clubs it has to be?
Yeah, what kind of music would you want to be? What kind of sex would you like in these clubs? What music do you listen to in the 14 to 18 clubs? All of it. So a bit of Bangla?
Classical,
Yeah. Baseline.
A bit of Beethoven?
Yeah, like, I mean, what my question is, what day should it be? Should it be like, what, in the afternoon? Does it have to be of an evening? Like, it has to be night time, yeah?
I quite like the idea of a morning rave because I don't think your mind is working well in the morning. So in order to, we had that lady just now who danced every morning before she got going. I think that's a good best way. So instead of a school assembly, there should be a rave.
Yeah.
They do that in other countries, like in Japan at work, don't they have like everyone does this, everyone just box for a minute at school.
Do you really
They do it in Thailand as well. They do it in Thailand.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, hey, should we be doing this every day? Dancing every day? I mean, what kind of style is this dancing that you're doing now? What kind of style is this?
Cool dancing.
It's cool dancing, yeah? And you're doing a bit of jazz dance. Where do you learn how to dance? Where do you learn?
Bedroom.
So you dance in your bedroom, that's how you learn it.
You need to learn how to dance. You just move, don't you? Just feel what works right, and then just do
You
that.
let the rhythm take you.
How many people does it take to make a rave? Like, if you're just dancing in your room, is that just a one-man rave? Like, what's that?
Yeah?
Anyone, you can just rave.
You can just rave.
Just put some flashy lights on in your bedroom and you'll just be.
So put some flashing lights on.
Flashing LED lights.
So flashing
Big
LED.
Dave.
A bit of finger guns as well. So these are the things that sort of signify. These are the things that signify a rave, yeah? A bit of Stone Island.
Gazelles.
So you gotta get out your bed, put on your Stone Island, do the gun finger.
I have the best raves at Accrington Stanley.
So say that again.
Accrington Stanley, like football games, they're the best raves.
Exactly.
Blackburn Rovers.
Blackburn Rovers. So what is that? They put on the best raves? Is that what you're saying?
No.
So what did you say there? Because we were talking about raves, and then now we're talking about football. I mean,
No, but you could go to Ewood Park. Would be a much better used if they turned that into a big rave venue.
right? Okay. So
Because they've tried to prove themselves playing football over whatever 115 years, and
Yeah.
it's just not worked. So it's time to move on.
So you say make these football pitches into raves. Alright, so instead of footballers, we got some teenagers on the pitch doing the gun fingers, wearing Stone Island, making some shapes. You got the lights going, hey, a bit of shoulder movements there with the gun finger, hey. I mean, what do you think? Should we turn football pitches into raves? Is that? Alright, we got an example of dancers there. I'm loving, I'm loving the
Question, because like when I was at school, dancing wasn't the cool thing anymore. Like, but I think TikTok has like almost revived it.
Yeah.
Has TikTok got a big influence on dancing? Is that still?
Yeah. It's cool. You make.
Yeah.
Who's Charlie D'Amelio?
A TikToker
Who's Charlie
dances.
D'Amelio? Do you know? It looks like you're smiling.
Yeah,
Are you
everyone's
up? Come and join us. Come and join us. Wow, Charlie D'Amelio is your mum.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, how old is Charlie D'Amelio?
She's 36.
She's 36. Come and take a seat. Your dad is 36. How interesting. Let's get around the names.
Hannah.
Johanna. Amber. Charlotte.
Jensen.
Jensen.
Jerome. Mike. Maximilian.
Maximilian. Macy. Mikey.
Will.
Will, what's your name? I know you, okay. And this is Talkaoke, it's a pop-up talk show. So we're talking about raves for 14 to 18-year-olds. Should, apparently the football clubs are not doing so great around there. So just turn them into a rave for teenagers, That's what. And then we also heard about Charlie D'Amelio. Who is Charlie D'Amelio? TikTok. Maybe you can explain to Hannah, is it? That's Hannah? But you can explain to Anna who Charlie D'Amelio is. That's your mum. Charlie D'Amelio is your mum. I mean, why should we be knowing about her? Yeah, she's a great dancer.
I just want to know a bit more about TikTok because I'm not on TikTok and I don't really understand what the point of TikTok is, to be honest.
What's the point of TikTok?
But everyone's saying, oh, you should be on TikTok. Be on TikTok. In fact, our social media consultant said that we should get a TikTok channel and have conversations on TikTok.
Yeah.
Mikey, they're just trying to get you off MySpace, if anything. But
Does anyone know
you got to
MySpace?
update every now and then.
Are you on TikTok? Yeah, MySpace is where it's at. I mean, yeah, Mikey.
MySpace.com/thepeoplespeak. You can find us there.
Wow, it's still there. I mean, yes. Does anyone have the answer for it? Are you on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok, but it
Yeah.
did start off with just making funny videos, but now it's become quite serious.
Ooh.
You can promote businesses on there.
Wow.
It's a really good platform.
But you're not on there.
I'm not on there because I don't have a business to promote,
don't
and
have a business to promote.
I don't have any funny videos to post.
What
What would it be?
TikTok?
Oh, that's an interesting question, actually.
Yeah.
What would it be?
What would it be if you had a business?
Anything. I love anything. I'm into all sorts.
So you could have a business about anything on TikTok.
Yeah.
All right, Will.
I like this idea of what businesses do Blackburn need? What do people want to see here? What do we want? Oh, we got an idea here. What do you want to see?
Okay, I thought of one. I think it's promoting promoting well-being. Positive well-being.
What is well-being? Maximilian, what is well-being? Can you describe what well-being means?
Being well.
Being well. What does being...
It's mental health.
Mental health. What is mental health? What does that look like?
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
Mindset.
Your mindset. I mean, what would this business look like? If there was a business on the high street, what would that...
Well, maybe it could be a rave business, you know what I mean? You were saying how good dancing makes you feel. Maybe you could have a well-being business that is based on rave music at derelict football grounds.
Yeah.
I'm hosting a rave at Tiger Lounge
Where is that?
in Accrington.
Accrington, yeah? Hey, so when is the rave?
Tomorrow.
What time?
Whenever.
Whenever. Okay, so we've got some punters behind you. You wanna go to a rave in Accrington tomorrow, all day? Why not? Why not? Come and take a seat. Tell us about Accrington. These guys here are bigging up Accrington. You know what I mean?
Follow Alex Briggs on Instagram.
On Instagram. We're talking about well-being. We're talking about mental health. Is dancing part of well-being? Amber said that we should have a shop in Blackburn that focuses on well-being. What about vapes? Is vapes part of well-being?
Apparently they're healthier than cigarettes. That's what the government wants to bring.
So maybe in this shop we could have some vapes being sold.
Hashtag gang vape.
Gang vapes.
With this shop rave, is it like a shop that you'd walk into like Tesco, but it's just a rave? Like you pay to rave by the hour instead? Like, is it 50p for half hour? You know, £2 for 3? Like, how does it work?
No, the thing is, you can get money for well-being because like the NHS gives money for well-being, so you don't charge the customer, you charge Blackburn. We did a gig for Blackburn Council about how to improve well-being in Blackburn, and we got paid. We didn't find out anything, but we got paid for it.
Let me put the question,
so maybe that's the way to make money.
Let me put the question out there. How can we improve well-being in Blackburn? Is it about setting up a shop?
The cathedral.
So the cathedral is a good way to promote well-being, yeah? Yeah, Amber?
Definitely having a one-stop shop all the time for information and you know, promoting things, having festivals like this, that's a nice way.
So you're saying that the Festival of Make It is part of well-being as well?
You need to keep it lemon.
So eating lemons, maybe? Eating lemons?
Be number one.
So feeling like you're number one, well-being for young people.
I reckon there should be a place where you can talk to people.
Oh, right. And community. So, you know, yesterday we were actually outside the library. You love the library. Somebody was saying that the library is great, but there should be more like iPads there and stuff. Yeah?
Universe now.
So there's a lot of techie kids around the universe. What does a techie kid look like? And
Well, can I say, if there's more tech, there's less talking between yourselves. So is that not better to be more social rather than having more tech around?
That's interesting.
Kid.
You're a techie kid?
Yes.
So what do you think about this idea of like, does technology stop us from talking? We've got a new face at the table. What's your name?
I know about dogs.
We were talking about dogs earlier. What do you feed your dog?
I know about dogs.
Hey.
I think talking about dogs, I think that's better for well-being than an iPad. How can an iPad actually... I think an iPad's the opposite of improving your well-being. It's actually...
iPads narrows your mind, whereas if you go out to a community and actually speak to them rather than be on Roblox, which is probably famous with people on the certain age, then how is that helping your well-being? You're connecting with fake characters rather than real humans.
Than real people. I mean, but are there enough spaces for people to talk? We should make more, but is that online or in real life? Are people talking online more than in real life?
got a question, because the thing is, there's a metaverse out there now, isn't there? Like a virtual reality world. Is that good to meet people on there? Is that the next thing?
It's not like the Oculus and you can just talk to people.
What's the Oculus?
It's like a VR headset.
VR headset. And are you in the metaverse now?
No, I just play Fortnite all day, all night.
So you play Fortnite? Oh, people are still playing Fortnite. All right.
I play Minecraft with my little brother.
But I'm wondering, can we kind of bring these wellness spaces into the metaverse? You know, a lot of people are in tech online. Can we create like an online space where people can talk more? Or are you? But you're saying that actually we need physical spaces. But where in Blackburn should we be seeing these physical spaces? Outside the cathedral? These spaces?
You know, where there's more greenery and it's, you know, if you look at the 5 ways to well-being, one of them is connecting. You know, one of them is really noticing things around you.
Noticing?
And noticing is here, sat here, noticing all this greenery, people around you, yes.
Fresh air?
Exactly, yeah. And one of them is activity, so that's what we're doing, we're walking around.
And what's the fifth one?
We've got all the 5 ways. We've got the food, putting good food into your bodies.
Well, we've been talking a lot about food. So you're saying we should not only should we have a festival of making, but we need to have a festival of food as well. Learn about different cultures' food. What culture's food would you like to learn about?
Thai, Indian,
A bit of Indian,
Chinese,
a bit of Thai,
all
Chinese,
different ones.
all the different ones.
I love food.
You love food. And I was going to ask a question earlier actually. I mean, what have you noticed today? You were saying one of the 5 pillars of wellness is noticing. One of them is noticing. What have you noticed? Oh, you got a quote for us?
East and West, food is the best.
East and West. Well, check out that creativity. At the Festival of Making, Charlotte has just made up a quote. Say it again for everyone. Say,
East and West, food is the best.
East and West, food is the best. Is that east of Blackburn and west of Blackburn? You know, of the world. Wow. Food's best everywhere. But, I mean, what have you noticed today that you didn't notice before? Like anything that stood out for you today, Mikey?
I mean, I just think the problem is that we actually eat too much food. So
We eat too much food.
well, like I say, I eat too much food. Not we eat too much. I eat too much food. It's hard. It's hard not to eat too much food.
Yeah?
There is high rate of obesity in the UK, especially for young kids. So maybe food festivals, more like and healthy food and talk and literatures about how, when you're eating, how to be conscious of what you're eating and the nutrients balances rather than just go for a takeaway. You need to be more thought about the food that you're eating.
For you, what is a nutritious meal look like for you?
That I've got a bit of my carbs, a bit of my protein, a bit of dairy.
So you say a bit of veg, protein, carbs.
A glass of water as a drink rather than a fizzy pop.
I just eat fish and rice cakes.
You eat fish and rice cakes. What kind of fish do you eat with the rice cakes?
Cod.
A bit of cod and rice cakes. You eat bananas. What's your name, sorry?
My name is Vicky.
Vicky, yeah, what do you think about what Vicky was saying about having a balanced meal? I mean, or knowing more about the nutrients in our meals. What's in a banana? What's nutritious about a banana? A lot.
So much meat.
So you say there's potassium.
You've got potassium in banana and you shouldn't eat it after 6 o'clock in the evening because it gives you a sugar rush. That's why you can't sleep at night.
Oh, nice. Oh wow, I had a nice peanut butter, banana and toast last night. I don't know, maybe that's why.
Chewing gum.
So is there something, what's the nutrients in chewing gum? Are there any nutrients in chewing gum? No. There's no nutrients in chewing gum.
Chewing gum is actually good for you.
In what way?
It's good for your teeth. It stimulates saliva and it cleans your teeth.
Right.
So it's not just about nutrients. Actually, chewing gum is actually good for you.
It's not just about nutrients.
It's also good for your double chin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when you chew it actually exercises the bottom of your chin.
Wow, that's so interesting. I recently started doing face massaging. Apparently, that's really good for the double chin as well. You do a gua sha. What's a gua sha?
It's like,
Give us the final thought. Hold that thought. Give us the final thought.
If you were to inject the 5 ways to well-being into your daily routines, you would live a very healthy, more productive life.
Hey, Amber and Hannah, thank you for joining us. We've learned about the 5 ways.
the well-being thing in Ewood Park?
I probably was, I'm a psychological practitioner, so I work for the NHS.
Well, we're going to be here tomorrow as well. I mean, I'm going to come to you guys in a moment, right? But you were talking about the gua sha. You do it every night. What is the gua sha? Do you use the gua sha?
It's like a rose quartz thing, and then you can do it on your jawline.
Right.
And then it gets rid of your double chin.
Right. And so what is the gua sha made out? So you said it's made out of jade, but why do you do it? How does it make you feel?
It's like, it makes you feel a bit lifted, like...
Right. Do you need to lift your
like
face?
this.
I mean, how old are you, sir?
Pardon?
How old are you?
14.
14. So a bit of facelifting at 14. All right, all right.
My friend, who's called Mike Ox.
Yeah, Mike Ox. Yeah. So what about your friends? What about your friends? Sorry, was there a joke there?
He uses it all the time. He had that a big one.
Yeah. Right. So right now we are Talkaoke and we are at the Festival of Making. We're here today and we're going to be here tomorrow as well. I'm going to grab your point and then I'll come to you, Mike.
Can I shout out my dad?
Yeah. Is your dad here?
No. He's called Cooper Mason.
Cooper Mason. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, you've shouted him out now. Let him know. Let him know.
We need to shout someone else out. Donna Greenhouse.
Yes, Donna Greenhouse. Who's Donna Greenhouse?
That's my mother.
Hey, shout out. We were talking about do we love mums enough earlier, so...
Oh, I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, we should have a gag making workshop because I think there's a need for it. A few jokes. We need a comedy workshop at the next Festival of Making because I think it's not. Yeah, no, not that kind of
gag. Does there
gag.
need to be a festival of comedy? And it's just comedy.
That could be in the Festival of
I
Making.
mean, should comedy be one of the 5 pillars of wellness? You know, we learn about senses. You know what? Do we need a new 5 pillars of wellness? Should dance be one of them? Comedy? You're saying yeah?
Laughter. The world is too boring nowadays. You need people to make you laugh.
Right. So we don't.
There's too much dullness.
Dull. Look at yeah. Hey, so. I mean, what do you think? Do we laugh enough? Do you laugh enough?
No, because it's basic life is like walk home, the same thing, you do it, the same thing and you get bored.
So how can we laugh more?
People are more depressed.
So people are
More
depressed?
depressed because
They're
they
not
do
laughing.
the same thing.
Yeah, over and over again. How can we laugh more? Is laughter one of the 5 pillars of wellness? I'll come to
I
you.
think we should all go out with our friends every day because I go out with my friends every day and they make me laugh.
Right, so you're saying friendship.
Yeah,
I mean, how did you find your friends?
high school.
A bit of high school. You know, we were talking about TikTok earlier, and I just want to bring in TikTok. Like, do you think TikTok will be a way to sort of promote laughter and wellness? Yeah, I'll come back to you.
Because of funny videos and my friend Jerome always makes me laugh. It's very good.
How?
Because I love his blonde hair.
Oh,
And,
so you
yeah.
say his physical appearance?
Yeah, and he makes very funny comments.
I know. Oh, right. Okay, I didn't hear the funny comment you made.
I
earlier.
personally don't think we should make friends on TikTok because there's quite a few paedophiles.
Oh, so you're saying that actually TikTok is a bit of a dangerous place. Yeah. So sure, it can be funny. Huh?
Not every real people there in around because it's so many fake it. It's
Right.
like all day in the screen is no right and mental.
So you're saying one of the issues is not only is it bad for your mental health, but you don't actually see the faces.
The more sit down on the screen, the more stay at home. So it's no healthy at all.
It's spending so much time on TikTok. Yeah, it might make you laugh, but also there's so many dangers. There's pedophiles on TikTok. That's what you're saying, Charlotte. There's fake accounts on TikTok. Wow.
There's fake accounts on Minecraft and Roblox. That's where most of the grooming comes from for you lot guys.
Oh
That
my
you don't
God.
even realise
In
Say
real
that
life.
again.
I think we should make Minecraft in real life.
What would Minecraft in real life look like?
So like you cut down some trees, but you have to plant them back, obviously. And then like you build blocks, and then you build a house.
Minecraft is a cardboard box. It's all square. It's not.
All right. Let's hear from you. What are you saying? Tell us about Minecraft. It sounds like you thought about this in your mind. Tell us about Minecraft.
Minecraft is just so good. Everyone likes Minecraft, so I think
For people that don't know what Minecraft is, are you able to give us a brief synopsis of Minecraft?
so. You have to build around, yeah, and you have to get the best house.
Yeah.
Or in Fortnite, you could like battle against everyone.
But you know, I want to find out a bit more about making Minecraft in real life. So you're saying that we'll have to chop down trees and we'll have to plant them as well. All right.
What about if we just get a big warehouse and you can make it your own sandbox? You can do whatever you like. So you pay to go in there. Like instead of
Minecraft
Talking
Legoland.
about cardboard boxes, you could just get all the cardboard boxes from Morrison's instead of chopping them up. From Morrison's, and then just make them into the Minecraft block.
other supermarkets are available.
Right.
There's
You know,
actually a cardboard box expedition in Blackburn Museum,
So
so
tell us.
you might want to go and have a look at that.
so guys,
It's making even noises.
really, so you're saying that there's an exhibition of cardboard boxes in Blackburn Museum
It is.
and it's making noises.
Yeah.
Do you know about this exhibition in Blackburn Museum? Well, come and join us. Come and find out about it. I mean, who knew that there was a museum in Blackburn? Have you visited the museum in Blackburn before? Have you visited the Museum of Blackburn? Once. Have you visited the Museum of Blackburn? So you've been to the Museum of Blackburn before?
When I was 1.
When you were 1 year old? Okay, so you remember it from one.
No.
So I mean, okay, so we've been talking about, wow, you know what? Who wants to summarize what we've been talking about? We've been talking about Mikey. All right, let me get one. Who's going to seriously summarize what we've been talking about?
Dancing.
All right, that's our serious summary.
Raving.
Oh, raving. Okay, I thought you just said that. Okay, dancing, raving,
Pedophiles.
pedophiles.
I fell off my chair.
You fell off your chair just now. I didn't even notice. That was sweet.
Mental well-being and what makes you happy, like raving and that.
Mental
Like
well.
Stone Island and Gazelles.
What makes you happy, Raven, Stone Island?
Community.
We've been talking about community. Yeah, you were talking quite a bit about TikTok and getting into the fresh air,
Meet my friends out.
meeting friends out. What else have you been talking about?
Another initiative of another version of Festival of Making.
Another version of Festival of Making. What else have you been talking
Mikey's
about?
MySpace.
Mikey's
I just, this is not what we talked about, but maybe just from what you're saying, if you were going to make the Festival of Making, what would you make it? Would you make it the same as this festival, or would you make it different? What would you put in the festival if you were in charge? We spoke to the people in charge, they came and hired us,
I'll tell you.
but what would you put in there?
That's a good question, but you know, just before I come to you, yes, we are on Instagram. We are the people speak.
The underscore people.
The underscore people speak. So yeah, do a little Insta live or whatever. You know what? You're going to be on the website and etc. Sorry, cut you in there.
I think the Festival of Making needs to start getting broadcasted again, like it was in the year 1 by BBC.
So are you saying that this Festival of Making used to be broadcast by the BBC? Oh wow!
First year, because this is 4th one of Festival of Making. Obviously, in the first year, you had like full BBC crew around, so obviously it was spread out even more. They might probably mention on Granada, like ITV Granada News, but we need to bring BBC back.
So the BBC needs to come back to the Festival of Making. But also, I think that's a good question that Mikey was saying. Like, if there was something, how would you change or improve the Festival of Making? What do you want to be making? What do you want to make at the Festival of Making? Come and join us, the best dance girl. You know, we were actually talking about dancing and wellness and how we should dance every day and how dancing should be one of the 5 pillars of wellness. But anyway, yeah.
Me and Jensen went on a BBC before, at a show on BBC.
What show was it?
It was the news, I forgot what it was called.
What, Crime Watch? Mikey's saying Crime Watch?
Ground. Dumping Ground. Yeah,
What's Dumping Ground? Is it another game?
It's like it's a TV programme. Him was on it. It's like an adoptive one.
An adoptive TV program?
Yeah.
Give us a synopsis of this show.
Basically, it's a lot of kids and
Sorry, tell us about it. Say that again.
Loads of kids and houses.
So it's about children and houses. It's interesting. We've been talking about children and cardboard boxes. We've been talking about children and houses, dancing. I mean, do we need to make this into a TV show? Do we need to?
I don't know why. I personally don't like TV. I don't think everything needs to be a TV show. Apparently there was a guy on stage that had been on TV. I'd never heard of him, TV, I think it's a total waste of time, TV.
Apparently, these guys have been on TV.
So do you know the England versus Italy Euros final?
When is that? When is that?
No, when it was, yeah. Yeah, when they panned the camera, yeah, I was there. With Stone Island on. My Stone Island, CP Company and Gazelles.
Oh wow, so you had your 5 seconds of fame. Did you watch the England v Italy final last year? Did you watch it? It's on today, so what? Is it a So England are playing Italy today again?
Yeah.
And what part of the sort of...
Well, I've got a different question. Why is Stone Island so important to football? Because it's so expensive.
really?
So why is it so important to football?
Why is Stone Island so important? What is Stone Island?
Stone Island is something and it makes you look very hard.
So it makes you look hard.
So my question to you is, if you're going to watch a sports game, why do you need to look hard? That's my question, because aren't you there to have fun and enjoy yourself? Why you got to look hard at a sports game?
Why you got to look hard? Do you guys need to look hard when you
We
watch
had a guy
football?
called Callum who was like a first aid officer,
Yeah.
and he said someone got beaten up at the football and he had to stitch him up. So maybe you do need to look hard at a football game to stop them.
Like, the thing is, if you're going to enjoy yourself, well, why? It's not fun to beat people up, is it? You know what I mean? You're going to get locked up.
Yes,
We're talking about. You can't talk about well-being and say how important it is to be good and to laugh, and then go, but also I want to go out and beat people up, because it's like it's two different sides, isn't it?
You know what? Do we need to change the image of football? Do we need to take off our Stone Island jackets and sort of bring a bit more wellness?
Basically, to keep warm,
Say
you need
like that, Charlotte?
to keep warm, you need to wear a CP jacket and a Stone Island jacket.
What's a CP jacket? I haven't heard of this before.
And also a CP hat and then some gazelles from Adidas.
What does CP stand for?
Gone.
Eh?
I don't know.
I've just never heard of a CP jacket before. This is new to me. No one's wearing one around the table.
It's just called CP Company.
Down in London we like to wear North Face, and Ellen is modelling the North Face. Yeah.
Alright, they're North Face. So, up in Blackburn, do you have a Stone Island jacket? No, you got North Face. Is that the sort of brand of choice? So yeah, do we need to sort of change the image of football? Why do we need to look hard when we're watching a football match? Do we need to bring a bit more wellness into the football arena? Let me hear from you.
I think it's for more social media for show. I think because it is for TV look good.
Hold on. So you're saying for social media, people want to look hard when they're watching football?
See, what's really interesting, so I grew up going to rugby games, and rugby's a much more aggressive game than football. Right, so like, we used to go down Twickenham, we used to watch it, we used to play it, and it was a much more aggressive game. But in rugby, you sit next to the opposition fans, and like, if someone else scores, you just go, oh yeah, we're a nice one. And you're all there to have a bit of fun, because you understand it's a game. So in a game that's not aggressive, why are the fans more aggressive than the players? That's my question.
That's really interesting. So you're saying rugby is more physically aggressive, however the fans are actually a bit more chilled. Why is, the football fans so aggressive? What's going on? Who am I going to go to first? Let me go to Maximilian. I haven't heard from Maximilian in a little while.
Because football's a lifestyle.
So you say football is more of a lifestyle. So what does that have to do with aggression?
I don't think it does, but like people like it too much, so they just choose aggression.
So you say people are a bit more passionate about football.
And it's very, very, very silly.
So you say it's a bit silly the way people are passionate about football?
They want to be ultras, so like they want to be the best.
So is that the football fans or the footballers?
Football fans.
So
I'm an Accrington Stanley ultra, so like I go to every game. So.
Wow, you're Accrington Stanley? Any supporters of Accrington Stanley? Let's talk to the police. You know what? Of course, you knew we were going to talk to you. Apparently, football supporters need to wear Stone Islands and look hard. But we're saying, why is there so much violence at football matches? We had a first aider earlier that had to stitch up a football fan. Come and join us. Give us a couple of minutes of your time. We're saying, do we need to bring a bit more wellness into the football fan arena? Apparently, what's your name?
Hello.
What's your name?
Hello, I'm Harry.
We've got Harry. Let's do a round of names. Harry.
My name's Emma.
Emma.
Charlotte.
Jensen.
Jerome. Mike. Maximilian. Macy.
Barbara. Vicky, we've got Will on the camera. Mikey. And this is Talkaoke. This is a pop-up talk show. You can talk about anything, but right now you've caught us at a moment where we're talking about football. You know, these young people here, they've always got to put on their Stone Island when going to see a football match because they've got to look hard, you know what I mean? Do you think football fans, why are football fans, we're trying to work out why is it that football fans are so aggressive when the match, according to Will, is not that aggressive, you know what I mean? Football is not an aggressive sport, yet the fans are aggressive.
It's not aggressive.
So rugby is not aggressive, rugby is aggressive, the fans are not in rugby, but football, according to Will, football is not an aggressive sport, but the fans are. I mean, what do you think about this?
99% of football fans are obviously very nice young lads like yourselves, but there are a few muppets that do ruin it for the other people.
A couple of muppets, yeah.
I'm a football fan as well, but they do say that football's a gentleman's game played by hooligans.
Who do you support?
You don't want that answer.
I'm
a Man United fan.
Man U. Oh, fantastic.
Good lad.
And who do you support? Do you support a football team?
I'm not into football, I don't support any team, but
what kind of
police the football matches?
And what's your impression of the football matches?
I think Macaulay's right, 99.9% of people just want to go and enjoy the game, and it's that 1% that spoil it for everybody else.
So the 1%, I mean, do we need to bring a bit more wellness to the, we were talking about wellness earlier, about, you know, the 5 pillars of health. Do you think some of these football fans know enough about wellness?
No, maybe not. Maybe if some of the footballers bought into the wellness, it might help the fans.
So you're saying footballers actually have quite a big influence on
it's funny because my dad lives in South Africa, and you go to a football match in South Africa, they do actually have a rave before the game. They've got all these, they have this music like this, and everyone's dancing, and then they're probably less violence because everyone's having a little dance before the game.
But you know what? How good are the South African team? I don't know. Do you think maybe dancing is having an impact on how good they are? I don't know. But they're good in rugby.
So you're good at rugby.
But this is what I find interesting, and I think this is my question. Maybe I don't know who has the answer to this, but is there more sort of problems and aggression in local sports or international sports, or is it the same?
That's an interesting question. So you're saying it's the same? It's the same. The violence in international sports is the same as a local sport.
Well, I'd say it's more in international.
Right.
Just to add to that though, but if there's like local aggression, so let's say there's, you know, Blackburn and Accrington Stanley, right? And they're at each other, but then all of a sudden it's England versus Italy, like you're saying. Does that mean that the Accrington Stanley fans and the Blackburn fans put their differences aside and come together for England? Or you know what I mean? So why is it then when you come back all of a sudden you hate each other again? You know, how does that work?
So you're united against the international?
I reckon it, like, because it's all like where they're from, so they have to like support where they're from. Or they don't have to, but like.
So ultimately, you've got to be loyal to where you're from. That's why the aggression has to go towards the international. So what do you think? Are you saying that things get a bit more violent when it comes to international sports than the sort of local ones?
I'm not sure, but you do see on the news when there are international football matches that people do travel, alcohol plays a big part in it, and people get together. And I don't know whether it's the fact that they're in a group and they're cheering each other on, but you do see it more, and it's plastered all over the news as well on the TV. Whereas locally, would someone being violent in Blackburn make the national news? Probably not. But the England fans being violent would make the national news.
So you're saying perhaps maybe people are violent locally, but it just doesn't make the news.
I mean, today England are playing Italy behind closed doors because the fans got bans because of what happened last year at Euro 2020. There's no fans. There's just like 3,000 children, and that's it.
So what's the location of this football match?
I don't know. Somewhere.
Where is it? So it's in Wembley.
So just a question: why more often football matches need to be postponed or change date due to safety reasons? So like if it's, I'll give you an example. Blackburn with Preston supposed to play on Saturday, but due to concerns of safety, it was postponed to Monday because less people will travel for that game. But obviously there was on TV, the blame was put on Sky because Sky wanted to put that game on telly, but the real reason was for the safety of the fans.
So you're saying that sometimes they sort of cover up the reasons why games are postponed. They're saying it's about, they're blaming it on Sky, but really it's about the violence.
Can I also just ask you, it's interesting because we spoke a lot about the area today, what people need and, you know, what people want. And I think what's really interesting is we quite hear people complain about maybe lack of police presence or things that are happening, but how much time does it actually, maybe you can answer this, how much time does it actually take away from the force trying to manage things like police games? Does that take a lot of time? Does it take a lot of resources? Football, sorry, what did I say? Police time, not police games, you know what I mean, football games.
Hold that thought, let's get some final thoughts from Maximilian here. Come back, let's get some final thoughts from you. Anything you want to leave us with?
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Donna Greenhouse.
Hey?
Donna Greenhouse.
Who's that?
His mum.
Hey, shout out your mum.
That's
Big up the mothers.
Big up Donna.
Donna. Does Donna know she's being bigged up right now on Talkaoke? Watch it live, fantastic.
St. Christopher's at Ops.
St. Christopher's at Ops.
I want to big up Alfred Aylmer.
Who's that?
It's my mum.
That's your mum. And who's St. Christopher's? Let's get some final thoughts from you before you leave us. Hold that thought, guys. Any final thoughts? What should we be talking about in Blackburn today?
We should be talking about the Festival of Making and how everybody's enjoying themselves in Blackburn Town Centre.
Are you enjoying yourself? Amazing.
Big up Paul!
Paul.
I want to big up my friend called Oliver Nutter, yeah? He's at a gala today, yeah?
Oh, wow. What kind of gala?
Swimming, yeah?
Swimming gala.
So I'm hoping he wins.
Whereabouts is that swimming gala and how come you're not there watching him, cheering him on?
It's in Burnley. I don't like Burnley. So.
So that's why you didn't go. Are you able to go Burnley by yourself? How old are you?
I'm 15.
Would your parents allow you to go Burnley by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been to Bolton to watch Accrington.
How far is Burnley from here?
Like 5 minutes, 10.
Wow.
10 minutes.
What don't you like about Burnley? What don't you like about Burnley?
I support the rivalry team. I just want to say shout out to someone called Alex Briggs. He's at home right now.
So he's not in the gala.
I want to shout out to him.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah. I also,
Max Brown.
You know, I want to find out a bit more about this swimming though, like the swimming gala. I'm curious about it. Do you swim? Do you swim?
Yeah, my friend Oliver Nutter and Alex Briggs, yeah, are at the gala today. And you and Finn, yeah? They're at the gala competing against each other.
Wow, do you guys swim as well?
Yeah, I go swimming every weekend.
And whereabouts? What's the name? Oh, so it's in, but do you swim in Burnley?
No. Blackburn Leisure Centre.
Oh, honey, so you don't like Burnley either?
No.
What's
Due to football rivals.
Oh, so is that like the main issue with this? So people in Blackburn don't like Burnley mainly because of the football?
Yeah.
I mean, they've got 6 fingers.
Yeah.
Is that the myth? Is that the myth?
No, that's the fact.
Yeah? That's the myth. Is this true? People in Burnley have 6 fingers, according to some of the people around the table.
The dingles.
And how do you know? How did you verify this?
By someone called Alex Briggs.
Alex Briggs, he knows.
Can I shout
Do people? Yeah. Well, you know what? I want to find a bit more about Burnley.
Do you guys go to Burnley? What do you like about Burnley? I don't really know. I don't
There was a lot of beef between, where was it now? Was it Brightfield? And Nelson and Brightfield. There was a lot of beef between them.
Nelson, Blackburn.
So I was wondering, like, all of these areas are actually quite close. You know, this area is quite close to Burnley. Do you think that there's a lot of perceptions about these areas? Do you think people in Burnley know enough about Blackburn? What do you think people in Burnley are saying about people in Blackburn?
They don't like us. Yeah. So I know, excuse me.
Because we do a lot of gigs in Lancashire, but whenever I'm coming up from East London, they say, where are you going? And I can't say Nelson, Colne, Blackburn. I just say Burnley, wherever it is in Lancashire, just because that's the only place they've heard of, because they're in the Premier League. So I just say I'm going to Burnley. Otherwise, it's too difficult. It's not anymore, but Yeah, that was only last
You know
week.
what I want to know? Right.
I'll be back in a minute.
I want to know. Right, no worries. I want to know what's so special about Blackburn. You know, I know, Mikey knows, you know about the football club. What's so special about Blackburn? Let's start with you.
Diversity.
You see the diversity. You see the cultures here as well.
I reckon it's a nice place and I really like the football team. I like the colours and I like the manager, Tony Roberts.
So it really is a football. So what was so special? Someone who's never heard of Blackburn before. What about Blackburn should people be knowing?
A lot. Everything. They should be covered.
They should become. Come on, be a bit more specific. Give me something so I can take away.
The mall.
The what's it?
The mall.
The mall. So you like the mall? All right. So the mall is something to talk about. What should people? What's special about Blackburn? What do you like about Blackburn?
The community.
The community.
What's so special about Blackburn?
Yeah. Well, let's get a final thought. Yeah.
The Hollands.
The Hollands. We'll come back to that. We'll find out a little bit more about that.
Stay safe and don't take drugs, kids.
Stay safe and do not take drugs. Drogas.
Drink less.
Green grass. You see, green grass, yeah?
No, drink less drink.
Less
And
drinking.
Take control. What do you do?
So have a bit more self-control. That's a really lovely wellness point that we've been left with there now. Oh, we've actually got some new faces around the table. This is getting really lively. You know what? Let me be introduced to this new gentleman, this new young man. Wow, what's your name?
Call me Bishop.
Bishop? Okay, I thought your name was Alex Briggs. What happened?
That's him.
Aye. So we got Bishop. Jensen.
Mike.
Maximilian. Macy. Charlotte. Carlotta. Jerome. Alex. Briggs. Whoa, so we got Mike and we got Will. This is Talkaoke. I'm sure all your friends have told you about what this is already. What brought you here today?
Other than these lot told us.
Oh, so you've been told.
Yeah, we told her.
How did you spread the word though? Through what method of communication?
Snapchat. Stone Island, actually.
Is that how people are spreading the word these days? Like, you know what, right? I got a question. You know when you want to do something in the area, how do you get your friends down? Like, what do you do? Like, WhatsApp?
Right. So what you gotta do is, you gotta wear your Stone Island all together, and your gazelles.
You know what? So you're saying, right, Amy, listen. So you're saying to wear Stone Island, right? But no one around this table is wearing Stone Islands. No one around this table is wearing Stone Islands.
It's too cold to take it off.
You know what I mean? So I'm wondering, how good is the Stone Islands?
It's like...
Or do you just whip it out when you go into watch a football match? You know what I mean? Eh?
That is why I've gone bald.
You don't look bald to me.
My ear's gone bad. My ear's gone bad. I was bald.
So you were bald before?
Yes.
So why did you, so you were a skinhead, so why? Why did you shave your head off?
I don't know.
You just wanted to do it?
Yes.
You were curious?
Yes.
Curious.
I've done it just to see how it was, and then it grew back, which is a good thing. It's always worth having a go, just try it out.
Should we all shave our heads?
Yeah, at least once. Well, now I've got my razor in the bag, my clippers. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Would you shave your hair? Oh, completely.
But say you want to get someone, always wear Stone Island.
Yeah. You know what, right? On this topic of shaved heads, earlier there was somebody around the table with green hair, and actually, they were talking about the fact that, we should be allowed to express our individual styles more. And they were saying at school, we got to wear uniform. Yeah, is that Blackburn Football Club? So apparently there's beef between Blackburn and Burnley. Come and take together with the conversation here. So right now we're talking about Blackburn, we're talking about Burnley, we're talking about individual style, we're talking about shaving heads. You know what? We're talking about communication. Take a seat. What's your name? Bright blue eyes, really matches the shirt there. Kenzie. What's your name? Take a seat. Oliver. So yeah, I mean, and what's your name actually? B. So you know, we were talking about the festival of making quite a bit. As you've been walking around, like, what have you observed? You know, because I've been stuck in the middle of the table. What have you been observing? It's really interesting. Something you're saying about one of the great things about Blackburn is the diversity. How can we make the festival better? Is it about getting more Stone Island jackets? A lot of the young people there, they're obsessed with Stone Island.
As it's the festival of making, what about making, could you make your own Stone Island jacket? Could you make your own Stone Island jacket?
Do we need to have classes on how to make our own Stone Island jackets? You're going to get a Stone Island. Where from? Okay, you know what? Why are you buying one when you can make one? This is the festival of making. This is the festival of making.
Shout out to Aki Flavors.
Aki, so Aki, is that a Jamaican fruit? Aki?
Yeah.
Aki?
Aki Flavors.
That's the only Aki I've known.
I gotta say, when I was growing up, we used to have a game called Aki 1, 2, 3. You used to play that, yeah. No, see.
Anyone know?
Nowadays, isn't it? Aki 1, 2, 3.
Unless it's through the festival of making.
Can I give a shout out to a local plug?
But what I want to know though, I've got a question for everyone around the table, including you guys here. What's this thing about shouting at people? I don't get the whole shout out. But they're not here right now, so they're not actually hearing you shouting at anyone. Where, how? But who's recording this when you're shouting them out? Alright.
Before I speak, can I shout out to William Broadus, who's at home right now? And also, I just want to say that.
Alright, so right now you're snapping the shout outs. Yeah, I want to know, like, why do we need to, do we need to shout out each other more? Is there, for some of the older people around the table, do you ever feel the need to shout people out? Or is it more of a young thing? I don't know.
I think it's like a positive affirmation, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, come and get involved. Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. We'll shout out your Insta. Final thoughts.
Yeah.
Burnley are going to League One.
Preston are going to League One.
Hey.
Blackburn are going to smash Burnley 7-1.
Any final thoughts from you? What should we be talking about in Blackburn today? You know what I mean? You can't get enough of this table. Don't forget to follow us on the social medias.
So I just want to give a shout out to Will Broadest.
Will. There's a lot of shout outs today.
It's a bit chilly, isn't it? So, I mean, if you just got here, if you've been here all day, what have you been up to? Just got here. So what are you playing on? What do you want to see, James? Come take a seat. We're just getting started up. What have you seen today? Come tell James what you should see. Yeah, go. Well, you got the AirPods, so you're matching halfway already. Look at you. Everyone's very fashionable up here. What do you want to see, James?
KFC.
KFC, food. Oh, what's the item to take? Do you like KFC? Yeah, come on, give me a round of applause, go on over. Right, what is it about KFC that's so addictive? What do you like about KFC? Jack and James, JJ, that's how I'm going to remember you two. Jack, do you like KFC?
I love it.
What about KFC do you like? Just the is it the spices? Is it the, is it Mackey's, is it KFC? What's your favourite, do you like takeaway? Yeah, what's your favourite takeaway? That's what we're talking about. No, sure. We need to find out. We need to discover what people's favourite takeaways
Because
are.
I'm a vegetarian. I haven't been to KFC for approximately 32 years. But I sort of passed by there the other day and I noticed they're doing vegan chicken now at KFC.
Is that a thing? Is vegan chicken a thing? Would you try vegan chicken? Would you try vegan chicken? Would you not?
If there's no more chicken about, I'll have it.
Oh, we're going back to the chicken shortage of 2019, was it? That dark times over. Do you remember the KFC chicken shortage? Were you affected by it? Do you want to come talk about it? What's your favourite takeaway? McDonald's, come and talk down. Come and tell us about it. Which one?
Enzo's.
What's Enzo's? We ain't got that down south.
Colne Road, Burnley, best about Italian pizza.
Oh, right. Now, we need a bit of controversy here because the thing is, you've mentioned the big B word, Burnley. It seems to be a bit of a controversial topic today.
You can't be in Blackburn talking about Burnley, apparently.
See, the thing is, because I'm from London, I brought this rig up, and when the guy next door who runs actually a chicken shop, he always asks me, oh, where are you going this time? And I'd say to him, because we do a lot of Lancashire, and I say, we might do Colne, we might do Nelson, we might do Blackburn, we might do Burnley, but I always just say we're going to Burnley, because it's the only place around here that he's heard of.
Can you talk about Burnley and Blackburn? But
for someone from London, it's all the same place. It's not like a different Blackburn and Burnley. It's the same place.
Does it go the other way? Is London all the same place to you? Do you know any places in London?
It's a very scary place.
It's a scary place. Do you think Blackburn's scary?
No, I think Blackburn's lovely. It's been with. I mean, obviously we just talk to the more talkative, friendly people here, but I think the people are very nice.
So what is it about London that's so scary? Are you scared of London? No, so, I mean, what is it? Do you think, what's the scary place? Blackburn, Burnley, are they both lovely places? Blackburn. What makes it so bad then? Oh, so is there too many drugs in Blackburn? Is that the question? Yeah. Do you think there's too many drugs in Blackburn?
I don't know, but Blackburn's just a BTEC Burnley for Nando's.
It's just a BTEC Burnley. That's the best one I've had today, that one. It's just a BTEC. Is Blackburn just a BTEC Burnley, is what we're asking here at the moment? Is it? No, come tell us about it then. What makes Blackburn so much better? What? It's not Burnley, that's what makes it.
You've got 5 fingers on each hand.
You can't, I've got 10. You've got 10 fingers on each hand. On each hand? That's 20.
Is there a lot of radioactive stuff around here? Because I notice there's a lot of talk about people with 6 fingers. So what is causing that 6 fingers?
Have you ever seen somebody with 6 fingers? James, what about you? Have you ever seen it? No? What, I mean, would you know where to find somebody with 6 fingers?
That woman just told you it's sparse, they just come down Birmingham and see what they want. They're a bit weird around there.
I mean, what is it though? I mean, about the feud between these areas. What started it? Why is it that Burnley and Blackburn are so against one another?
Football.
Football? Is that what it is? Is it not Sue? Is this Ronaldo, is it? No? What's Sue then?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, and what's that? Do you want to explain it to us? I'm from Birmingham, I don't know about the Burnley Suicide Squad. What is that?
It's the Burnley's firm.
The Burnley's firm. Oh, okay. I need my. Yeah, no, I need this one. We're getting conspiracy time now. We're getting into the firm territory. I mean, a football firm's a good thing for the sport. They're a bad thing. What do you think, Mikey? Are you in a firm?
Well, all I know is that a private equity firm bought Burnley Football Club, and that actually turned out to be probably not such a good idea.
I mean, are you allowed to have a firm if you're not in the Premier League? Is that a thing, or do you have to be in a certain division to have a firm? Could like a Sunday League have a firm, for example? Like, how does it work?
Anyone can have a firm, but not as good as Burnley's.
Is Burnley's the best one? So like, because we're around the country, so I'm not supposed to be. I'm from Birmingham, so obviously I'm a Villa fan. He's West Ham, you know, like. Why not?
It's a shithole. Burnley went to your town not so long ago with fucking bandages, but referees and corruption.
Oh well, yeah, it sounds like actually it's just. I can't have an opinion.
Look, we've got these ladies who are going to join us. Come and have a seat. You said what, Burnley or Blackburn or? Blackburn. Come tell us about it. What is good about Blackburn? Okay, tomorrow. So we are here tomorrow.
Then.
But we've got something that all got something in common. We're all wearing claret and blue. So we should really be brothers, shouldn't we? Like Villa. We call ourselves the Irons, but no one actually realises that. They all say the Hammers. But Villa.
They just call us the winners.
Villa. Yeah, right. Villa, Burnley, and West Ham. We should be brothers because we've got the same kit.
I mean,
we can check it.
Probably could. Do you watch football? Sometimes. What? Come sit down. What am I talking about? Do we need to get more people involved in football? Yeah, what's your name first of all? Elephant. Yeah, nice to meet you. This is Jack, this is James, this is Mikey, I'm Will. We've just been having a bit of a chat, haven't we, about... Jack here is a massive fan of the Burnley Suicide Squad, the firm in Burnley. And we're saying, is it better than Blackburn? I mean, are you a Blackburn Rovers fan?
That's alright.
So it doesn't matter what team you support, as long as you're supporting the sport itself. Is that
it's
the
like
important part?
Sportsmanship spirit. I like
Right. Jack, you seem to agree with that, but I mean, can you have sportsmanship in a firm? Can you be friends with other firms? Is that how it works?
Yeah, because in a way it's just a bit of fun, isn't it, football, and that, you know, like Blackburn have got relegated, but it's all just a bit of fun, you know, they'll come back up again.
I mean, what do you think?
It's a bit of fun in the
Blackburn going to
Championship.
come back up the leagues again?
It's a bit of fun in the Championship.
Yes, they are. Come sit down, that's what we're talking about. What is it about Blackburn that's so great?
Is it just all a bit of fun?
Why do you not? Let's get some names. Come take a seat. Come take a seat. Let's get some names to start with. So, here we go. You're going to go. Before you go, Jack James, give us the final thought.
Thanks for warming it up.
Yeah, thank you. Sue. All right, let's get some names to start with. What's your name?
Hamad.
Hamad? Hassad? Ali? Adam? Ahmed?
Mikey?
Elam? I'm Will. This is Talkaoke. That was a really quick chat, my friend, wasn't it? I really appreciate your input. But we were talking about Blackburn, though. We were talking about football. Are you football fans? Is that the best thing about Blackburn? What do you love so much about it?
Music.
Not gay.
Basically, it's a very good place, isn't it?
What makes Blackburn so good? Nothing? Is it nothing? Do you enjoy Blackburn?
No.
Is there nothing about Blackburn?
Absolutely nothing.
Come sit down, tell us why you don't like it then.
It's about the birds, isn't it?
It's about the birds. What, do you like nature? Is that what it is? Do you really enjoy the birds singing in the morning?
I'll tell you what it
How is that sangria, by the way? What is
Is it
Yeah,
sangria?
it's sangria. I still call myself a lord.
Maybe Blackburn has the best sangria of the north. Is that what it is?
I'll tell you why it's not good actually.
Why?
Because there's nothing to do if you're under the age of like 30. There's
Right.
absolutely nothing to do. So.
Oh, we seem to disagree. Hassan, do you disagree?
There's a lot to do with Blackburn in 13, man.
What do you need to? What can we do? Let's come on. Come take a seat. It's Talkaoke. We're talking about what can people do in Blackburn.
So the Blackburn down here, there's an arcade down there.
There's an arcade. Hey, look, we've got slot machines out for that.
There's a mall there.
If you've got no money though, have you been in that?
Right. This is how we go. Sit down. Sit down.
Shopped in that mall.
Come on, sit
Do you know to go to Manchester?
What? This is it. This is what we're talking about.
Do you need to go to Manchester and shop?
What's your name first of all? Give me your name.
Janice.
Janice, nice to meet you. Let's
I
come
need
sit
to
down.
shop in Manchester to get
Where can I shop here in Blackburn then? Where can I go? What can I do? What's in the mall? What is Manchester better to shop at than Blackburn? Right, what makes Manchester so good then?
You've got a selection of shops.
So is there no selection of shops? We need more shops here in Blackburn.
Every time I come back home here from uni, there's less stuff to do.
Right, and where'd you go to uni?
Wales.
Wales, so is there more to do in Wales than Blackburn? Just for the people at the back, this is Talkaoke, it's a pop-up talk show. It's getting heated already. We're talking about Burnley, Blackburn, Manchester, Wales. Where's the place to be? What do we want to see?
I think, you know, the whole idea of the Festival of Making is you don't need shops anymore. You just can make your own clothes.
Right, so
why would you need to go to Manchester to buy clothes when you could just make your own?
I've got time to make my own. I work.
Janice works, Mikey. Come on,
I think this is a very privileged way. You need to have money to get the resources to make your own stuff in the first place. If you're working a full-time job, you're not going to put your money towards that. You're going to put your money towards bills, towards rent that are raising every day.
Right.
But how are you going to have the time and the resources and the money to make your own clothes? Why would you want to?
Is it do we need more money, more jobs here in Blackburn? You know,
I think you do need more jobs in Blackburn.
more jobs in Blackburn. Then I am going to come to you. Do you go in? Are you going? Are you staying? Staying. Brilliant. All right. First of all, we're going to carry on. This is good. We've got some new faces at the table. I want to get some names. What's your name? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Oh, it's all right. What's your name? Otto. Rihanna. Tippy. Well, this is lovely to meet you. We've got so many faces, it's getting heated up, isn't it? Okay? We're talking a minute, do we need more jobs in Blackburn? We were talking earlier about whether or not young people should be allowed to work, can kids have jobs, you know? Is that what we need in Blackburn from the 13-year-olds? I said I'll come to Ellen first.
I would say, I mean, for the lady with the lovely sangria there.
Janice.
I mean, you say you don't have time to make clothes, but do you think we work too much? So we now don't have time to like do things like making clothes?
We'll come to Janice
Exactly what it is. We work too much. But we need to work to pay the bills.
What is it? Do we work too much? What do you think? Do people need to have more time off? Would you like to have more time off for Saturdays? What would you like to spend your time doing in Blackburn?
Stroking cats.
Stroking cats. Somebody said earlier they want to bring a cat cafe to Blackburn, but they don't want to serve people, they want to serve cats.
What would be nice is for everyone to have the weekend just to spend time with their family, do things that they find fun. It should be at a point where we don't have to work 6-7 days a week.
What is it? Do we need a 3-day weekend, a 4-day weekend? You know, how long should a weekend be? Should we just work 1 day and have 6 days off? You know, what do you reckon?
So basically, you're saying, so kids.
Hey, I'm just a man with a microphone. I'm saying nothing. All right.
No. So Mato, so you're saying you're thinking that kids should have more experience in jobs when they're 13, but I think that they should enjoy their life more first, and then when they're like 15, 16.
Right. So
Should it?
At what point should people stop enjoying it? Is it like you hit 18 or so? It's like, right, you've had your fun now. Get on the line.
I think it should be easy.
Whoa, I'm going to come to your thoughts. Janice, hold up. There's so many conversations going on. Whoa. We need to hit the rewind button. Let's bring it back, guys. We've got some new faces at the table. Let's introduce our faces. Let's get everyone welcome. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Kat.
Kat, nice to meet you.
My name's Warren.
Warren, nice to meet you. As you probably can hear, we're getting heat with the conversation. We're talking at the minute. Are young people having enough fun? Do we need to give them more time off? Are people working too many hours? We need longer weekends. There's a lot going on at the table at the minute.
I mean, if you're enjoying doing your work, then it's not really, you know, it's not a grind, so it doesn't matter too much. It's like, you know, so if you have a job that is making something, like being an artist or being a designer, then you actually enjoy it, so then you can work all the hours, and it's not grinding.
So is it more about enjoying the work you do? We'll come here in a second, come there and I'll come back to yourself.
So I think there's too much expectation to have more money.
Right,
I'm not talking about people who don't have money. All of those who are on enough money want more money,
right,
and
okay.
therefore work more hours to buy more of the good tat from Primark or wherever else they buy.
So you see, like, consumer driven, you know?
£9 on a coffee and £4.50 on a sandwich. That shouldn't be costing anything like that.
We were talking to younger people earlier, we were saying about, it's all about Stone Island. They've got to get the money to buy Stone Island branded clothes nowadays.
Well, that's the younger generation,
No one
isn't it?
needs to be working a 5-day week.
Right, so
Most people do not need to be working.
we need less. Warren, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come here and I'll come over.
I think it's easy to say that, you know, like if you have a good job, it shouldn't feel like a grind, but young people can't get jobs like that. Like I'm in my first year of university, right? It's not a realistic expectation for me to be able to get a job that I can enjoy. I don't yet have the qualifications to get those jobs, so I have to work like retail, hospitality, and they're not the kind of jobs where you can have that experience with work, because you're constantly, you know, you're working like 5-6 days a week, and you're getting like all this, you don't have time.
So it's about like earning the keep. You've got to earn the money, not
I
enjoy
think
it at the
younger
beginning.
people should be allowed to have the same experiences that old people do with work. Why do we have to work all the jobs no one wants, when instead when we look having the jobs that make work fun?
I think Janice, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come to Warren first. We'll go Warren, we'll go Janice, we'll go Ellen.
Yeah, just about the 5-day working week, I'm going to graciously disagree with you there. I believe that a 5-day working week is plenty.
Right, okay.
The biggest issue in this country at the moment, and everywhere else in the first world, is the cost of living is rising, and the costs of and the amount of money that you're earning isn't matching that. So we're having to take on second jobs, third jobs, fourth jobs, things like that, just so that you can pay your bills and maybe have 20 quid at the end of the month so that you can go out and enjoy yourself for 5 minutes.
So maybe it's not ever. We've got 7 of course. We'll come here, Janice. I haven't forgotten. I will come to you. Is it Rihanna?
It is, yeah.
Rihanna, yeah.
Like, I agree and disagree with what you're saying, but I don't think we
That's
do need
okay.
to be working
What we're here for.
5-day week, because we shouldn't be paying the amount we're paying for.
So what is it that is too expensive? Is it, before you go, give us a final thought. You've really stirred up the conversation. Hey, that's all right. That's what we're here to do.
We do work too much.
We work too much.
I would like to end it with saying that there should be a great focus on letting working class people have the amount of enjoyment that middle class people get to have.
Right, amazing. Thank you so much. You've got a final thought at all?
Yes, the government needs to fund tax.
Right, okay, well thank you so much. It's a great thought in round of applause. Give us a thought. Is it in response to what Warren's saying?
Basically, my thought is like, people want like, I'm really like how they said, people want money, but when they want money, like, if you're a kid, you got school, And then when you have more money, you're gonna have to take less time out of your free time. I'm quite working, but when you have more money, you only have time to spend the money, you know.
So the people that are working to get the money don't have the time to spend the money, they're just working to earn more and more and more. Right, it's interesting, we've got new faces. What we'll do, we'll start here. Let's get a full round of names. Can you start with yourself? What's your name? Howie. Hip.
Warren.
Kat. Mikey. Adam.
Oh, you know what, if you sit
Marianne. Welcome, this is Talkaoke, the pop talk show we've been talking about a lot. I mean, you're coming at a good time. Kat, I know I've not heard from you yet, so I want to get some ideas. You've come back, are you going to jump off again in a minute? No, you're going to give me your name? Ahmed, nice to meet you, Ahmed. We're talking in a minute about what I was saying, maybe it's not that we're working too long, it's that maybe the cost of living has got too expensive, so maybe we need to increase wages to give people more opportunity to do things. We're saying here again, what's your name all the time? Ali was saying that maybe it's about having more time to spend that money. Do you think you've got enough hours a day to do what you want to do? So what takes up all your time? Your mum goes, oh, okay, controversial. Are you taking up too much time here, or is it the other way around? Yeah, how do you think? Right, Seafood, Ali.
I'd be a massive fan of like 4 days.
Yeah, no, this is what it's interesting, because one of your screen says he wants to keep the 5-day week, but increase the wages more.
We need to raise the standard of living in this country, that's my problem.
Yeah, we do.
The amount of people that are underneath that wealth threshold in this country is far too many compared to those that have and those that don't, and that's my issue in this country. We work 3 jobs between the 2 of us and we just about get by each month. Decently paid jobs as well, and we just about get by. It is. We put £20 in the car yesterday, we drove it for an hour, we're going to have to go and put £20 in the car again. Tomorrow it's going to be catch up. That's massive.
We're going to come back to that. Mikey, you've got a point.
I mean, I totally agree with everything you're saying, but we've got into this state now. The question is, how do we get out? Because it looks like it's only going to get worse. What do we do about it? I totally agree with what you're saying, but you know, for me, the way to do things about it is to be more creative and actually try and work out ways to do things that don't cost money.
Yeah, and I want to get more people involved. We're going to get Ali to come back to you. Hassan, have you got anything you want to throw in here? What do you think? Do you think you've got enough time to do what you want to do, Hassan? Yeah, what do you enjoy doing? You're spending your time doing? Just going out, right? Enjoying being out. Kat, what about yourself? Have you got any thoughts on this?
I work 2 jobs. The job that I love is tutoring.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't get the hours to pay rent.
Right.
So I was working as a service full time as well. And it's not just about having to spend, it's about having to pay for eating, pay for food, pay for necessities. So I work 6 days a week. So I work full time to do things, and do other things. I was talking to one of my tutees this one the weekend on the idea of going to 6-day weeks, 3 days on, 3 days off. He was 9 years old.
I think what I find really interesting about this, and I'm not allowed to have an opinion, so I'm going to turn it into a question, but a lot of people talking about wanting more time to do things, you know, whether that's the money and the means to do it, the actual time itself, but I want to know, what is it that people want to spend that time or money actually doing? Is it just paying bills and having time to spend with family, to spend with friends? Is it coming to the festival and making stuff? Ali, what do you want to do?
I don't know, like, we're about to die, people are putting the price about everything. They can't put the money on people's wages or anything.
So if they put you, so let's say you've got the job, right? You get a pay increase. What is the first thing you want to spend your money on?
Well, I'm going to say it's possible.
Okay, so maybe if you want the money in the bank, are you just, what, it's like a stress? You don't want the stress anymore, almost?
No, but at the same time, they keep in the hospitals money, you can't find out the price of everything.
Right, okay, yeah, hey. I remember Freddo's used to be 5p, you know, straight up, and you know, went up. How about now? Yeah, I know, right? That's when I got involved in inflation at that point. Let's get some final thoughts for you guys. Ali, you've been a big voice. Give me some final thought.
I think the government should do something better, put taxes for people and give them more time with it.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts?
Rules are getting.
Right, okay.
I think school should be at night to get more taxes.
Right, so maybe it should be a nighttime school for young people. Should we do it daytime? Would you like to do school at night time? I'm assuming you've school unless you've got a job.
No.
What would you want to do? Would you rather learn at school, would you rather have a job right now? What would you like to do? Stay at home, just doing nothing at all. Hey, somebody said earlier actually that maybe playing video games is a new way to have a job and earn money. Maybe that's what we need to start doing more of.
No, I mean, I thought it was quite hypocritical. The government said that the people on the trains going on strike were selfish and irresponsible. When they've just been partying all through the lockdown.
Right, okay.
So it doesn't, you know, I do think this country is in a bad state. I don't think my issue with it is it was already in a bad state, and we elected in these guys, and it is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, my issue is, okay, yeah, we can shout about it, we can moan about it, but actually, it's only going to get worse. I just feel like I don't feel very optimistic about the way politics is going.
Alright, so we brought the fire down a little bit, thanks for that one, Mikey, but we're going to try and bring it up to about solutions here that people speak. What can we do to change the situation at the moment? That's what we're talking about. We need more hours, more money. What can we do? Any ideas? Big question, I know, isn't it, right? Yeah. Come sit down, right. Give us just 2 minutes, 2 minutes. What about, tell me, do we need to go to Hogwarts? Is that the solution? Do we need a bit more magic in our lives, yeah? What would you suggest we do? What do you want to do? Do you want to get to Hogwarts, or do you want to come to the Festival of Making? Come take a seat, just give us 2 minutes, 2 minutes. You can always go, that's not a problem. You've got the squad back. What's your name, first of all? Alyssa?
Lucas,
this is nice. We've got, this is where it gets tricky, we've got lots of names coming and going. We've got Mikey, we've got Harry, we've got Warren, we've got Howie, I was going to say Howie was close, right? I remember like Howie Mandel, alright? We've got more Facebook reviews. Mike?
Call me Bishop.
William Broadhurst.
William Broadhurst, we're going official, I like it, alright? This is Talkaoke, we're talking at the moment about a lot of things. Mikey was complaining about the government, saying that actually he thinks it's a bit hypocritical, isn't it? You're sat at the bar, what's your name, my friends? You want to shout it? Alex, nice to meet you, Alex. Like I was saying, we're just talking at the moment about whether or not there needs to be a bigger change. We're talking about the working week, we're talking about hours, we're talking about money. Do you have enough time to do what you want to do? Yeah? Don't know, yeah. Do you know what? I don't know, yeah. What about yourself? How are you finding today? Is it nice to have a bit of time off?
Working today.
You've been working on a Saturday. So how many days a week do you work? If you don't mind me asking.
Usually 4 days.
4 days, and is that the way to go? Because we've been saying at the minute, Warren was saying maybe it's about not working as many hours, but putting the wages up a bit, wasn't it? You know, and do we earn enough money at the moment? Don't worry, they'll be back in a moment. They're coming and going.
I'm curious actually, with the increase in gas prices, what impact is that going to have on? I can see you install fire. Yeah, do you install fireplaces?
Cancer fireplaces.
I was about to be saying, I was really shocked if you was a brother. Yeah, hey, what about the show? Yeah.
Little plug there.
So have you found it like, has it impacted business, this sort of fuel crisis that we're going through?
More people looking at wood burners at the minute.
Right.
The gas price increase. No, still steady rate. Back to like pre-COVID levels, I would say.
Right.
The last 2 years have been non-stop.
Yeah.
Slowing down. All works out of source, still price increases. It's like that.
I think it's interesting.
The thing is as well is it's war if it's something that's actually needed. It's a human need, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean things like fireplace places will always end up busy because if it's cold in your house, you need to get warm somehow. So
should the government be discounting energy prices? Mikey was saying that maybe they need to do more. What can the government do to support people?
I think it's around stopping the lucrative profits.
Right,
so
okay.
at the moment, like, how much profit is going, where it should be going.
They're likely to double that cap to 100% this time, which effectively meant that they were allowed to actually triple the prices because they were underneath the cap in the first place. So.
Is there a way that we can sort of like, how is there a way, you said you like spending your time playing video games, is there a way that you can play your Xbox but also generate fuel for the country? Like, how do we do that? What do you reckon? Would you play more games at home if you could pay your mum's fuel bill? Would you do that?
Yes. So this one walks around in his undies.
Right,
playing video games throughout the whole house, so you can just put him on a treadmill.
And is that your too hot? Is that what it is? Or are you just like, do you know what, I'm just going to rake it right up to the top?
It's because like 5 places that my sister doesn't know.
Right, okay, you're hiding places. Do you think we pay too much a minute for things? Are things too expensive? Come sit down, that's what I'm talking about. Give us 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes. Come sit down. What are your names? Declan.
John.
John, nice to meet you. I'm Will. This is Talkaoke. Talking about the price of things. Is it too expensive? We've got enough money, enough time.
Well, I mean, like, it hasn't got more expensive to take petrol out of the ground or to generate electricity. It's just that those prices have gone up, so someone is making a lot of money.
So who is it that's making the money? We're getting into the conspiracy
rich
zone
people.
now.
It's not conspiracy.
Well, I don't know.
It's just rich people. Rich people are really coining
So
it now.
how do we stop the rich people getting richer and actually help people? Is it like, Kat, any ideas?
Is there actually any need in the world for billionaires? You don't need to be a billionaire.
Well, thank you so much, Warren Kat. It's been absolutely lovely meeting you both. Have a wonderful rest of the day. No problem at all. Have a good one. Have a good one.
On the next time we come back,
Do you know what?
I'm a vegetarian, so I'm not going to eat the rich.
Yeah, alright. No, the thing is it's been a bit of an emotional journey for us today. We've gone through a quiet period.
Why is it a bit emotional?
Because it's been a lot, hasn't it? It's been quite quiet and reflective. It's been quite busy. We've talked. It's rained.
We've had sunshine and rain, we've had laughter and pain.
Yeah, I like what you did there.
It's what the weather's kind of like in Blackburn. It's sort of rainy 1 minute, sunny.
Wasn't it? It was like this the last time. Remember? We got rained on, we had to run inside here and we were absolutely drenched.
Is this what, I mean, this is our first time at the festival of Malta. We're all from all over. We've got Mikey and Ellen from London, I'm from Birmingham, so we've come all the way up. Do you know what Birmingham? Whoa, hold up. Not feeling that one. Come on, Pip, what's wrong with Birmingham? What is it? Oh, okay, they were all good then, eh? So what is it about, are you from Blackburn yourselves?
No, but we were involved in the art in manufacturing, so we had an artist in residence in manufacturing, so we were here to look at that.
And how's that been? Have you enjoyed today?
Yes.
Yeah, what's been your favourite part, Harry, today?
Making my necklace.
Oh, it's very snazzy, I've got to say.
And making my bag of
Right, so the thing is, we feel like we need to make...
You should show us.
Yeah, show us. Come on over. Come tell us, what have you enjoyed about today? Where are you off to? You going to work? Where do you work? Yeah, right, enjoy your day, my friend, right? Look at this, I'm feeling
So you wear it?
Oh, nice.
What was this?
This is
was written by
very
Owen.
well.
Painted by Owen. You did that, and you made that on a very old 100-year press.
Oh, really? Yes, I like this, Harry. The thing is, hearing the people speak, we just make conversation. That's what we're doing. What are you all making today? Have you made anything today? Have you made memories? Tell us about it. It's what we need to talk about.
Parents disappointed, that's what
You've made your parents disappointed. Well, don't worry, it's going to get better, my friend. What about yourselves? What are you doing today?
We've made fun.
Oh, come tell us about it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Come on. Let's get some names.
We need an emotional uplift because we've been through, we've heard about all sorts of struggle and turmoil. We need an upbeat sort of passage of conversation.
Before we get into it, we're going to get some new names. We're going to go around. What's your name?
Diane.
Diane? Alex? Klaus? We've got Ella, we've got Mike. Oh, I'm good at this bit, I know one else is. Ella, Mikey, we've got Pip, we've got Howie, Will. This is Talkaoke. We've got the police coming along, we've even got a sound effect for that as well. Come sit down if you want to. Don't worry, we welcome everybody, alright? No problem. We've been talking about we're talking about what we're doing today. I mean, what have you been finding today? Howie's been making loads of stuff with non Pip. Oh, look at that, have you made that? How did you make that? With a computer? I can just about put a Facebook post up, so I'm really impressed you do that with me. How is that there? What have you noticed?
Oh gosh, we've been screen printing bags, we've been making birdhouses, candle holders with copper pipes.
Oh, I tell you what, I feel like we set this back.
Can I see the birdhouse?
Yeah. I'll have to dig out the cakes.
Don't show them.
Hang on, just remove the cakes off.
We messed up and we had to take out like 60 screws. We did it the wrong way around twice.
Right, okay.
It's spirograph picture, there we go.
Oh, look at that. And this is the thing, what I'm enjoying
take the
today.
cake out.
It's all about mistakes, learning from it. Look at that.
I absolutely love that. I've got like a bird feeder on my balcony, but
I might have to introduce a birdhouse in there. I love the style. I like the design of it because it's different to any that I've seen before. So yeah, I quite like that. I'm hoping the squirrels are going to love it too.
Yeah.
I might have to draw a picture of a squirrel on as well.
Right, I mean, is that a big thing? Is nature quite sort of, is it here in Blackburn a lot? Is there a lot of nature? Do people enjoy it?
I've got a birdhouse in my garden, but birds just don't want to come and live in it. And then,
pigeon, really
yeah,
like pigeons.
I've only got pigeons, sorry, I've only got pigeons. That's the only thing I've got.
Are you consistently feeding?
No, I don't feed them. Well, I've got a birdhouse, but the birds, I mean, there's no one to feed. There's no birds to feed.
You keep putting it out for months and months and months, and then eventually they come and then know the place to go.
Yeah, they need continuity, and they need to know that there's food supplies there, so that if they've got young, that they don't have to fly far from the nest. Also the placement of the nest, and the type of nest that you build depending on the birds that are going to use it, because that can vary too with all sizes and the shapes and things.
Yeah, you don't put food so close to a nest because otherwise they end up protecting the nest and all the birds. There's a little bit of gang warfare.
Right, okay. Now, before we get into the pitch and turf wars, all right, we're going to go back to Aaron. How are you going to say?
So, usually now in our garden we usually have loads of squirrels.
Right, okay. Do you like the squirrels?
Yeah.
What special birds do you have? Woodpecker. Hey, I expect to see Woody still make an appearance, but did Woodpecker no? Maybe it's a bit beyond some years. All right, no. Ella, what were you saying?
I was just going to say, the saddest thing is when the bird comes and there's no food. Like sometimes they eat all the food and I see it come and then there's no food, so then they have to just fly away. So always got to make sure the food's
Maybe this is the. I mean, is this something you're into? Do you like nature? Is that what you like spending your time doing? Blackburn, what do you enjoy doing with your time? Klaus?
Pretty good, but I like animals.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your favourite animal? Get to pick one.
At the moment it's rats.
Rats?
I have 3 pet rats.
Right, this is controversial. So, I feel like it's a bit like the Marmite of animals, rats, aren't they? You either love them or you hate them.
really, really cool.
You really like them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Chelsea's mum, so
right.
we bought them intentionally so that because they're really good for small children as well.
Oh.
They're supposed to be a really good first pet, and apart from them being a bit smelly, they're so adorable.
What is the smell of a rat? What does rat smell like?
Urine.
Oh, right, lovely. Just what you want, yeah, absolutely.
Natural, it's all natural.
Remind me your name again. Alex, what is your favourite animal? Is it a rat? Would you like a pet rat? Have you got a pet rat? It's up to you. It could be a pet. I mean, if there was no limit, if you could have like a pet, I don't know, giraffe, you know, a snake. Right, that was an interesting sounding giraffe, I've got to say.
That's probably got that.
Snakes. It's really interesting though, you find animals.
That's not a snake.
I know. Yeah, it's a first, isn't it? We're a lot of firsts here, but that is the first time the snake has gone move. You're absolutely right. So, I mean, is pets the right way to go? Do we get, technically, if you've had a bird feeder and a bird comes every day, is that bird then your pet?
We were doing Talkaoke in Uganda, and I just said, what's your favourite pet? And everyone was like, what? Pet? What? And they don't have pets in Uganda.
Right.
And then we talked about it a bit more, and they're like, well, we consider it like wrong to have a pet because then you're looking after an animal when there's people that you need to feed and look after, and you're actually misplacing your kind of care and your resources if you've got a pet.
So should we not have pets? Should pets be a thing of the past? I mean, guys, you have pets, so do you? I mean, what would you set them free? Would you? You know?
I wouldn't set them free because they came from the pet shop when they were younger, so they wouldn't really know how to defend themselves in the wild.
Right.
You kind of have to look after them how what you're going to do.
So do we owe service to these animals that we've bred in captivity in a sense? You know, is it then immoral? No, we don't. Should we just let them all free? No, what should we do with them?
You should look after them.
Yeah.
And then if you don't want them anymore, you can send them to the pet shop.
Right,
or you can see if anyone wants them.
Well, we adopted a goldfish, didn't we? Yeah, we adopted.
Do you have pets? Do you have any pets?
We actually have a goldfish, but it doesn't.
Yeah, we got. The thing is, do you know what? It's okay to come talk about it. You know, we like fish as well. There's no discrimination on the pets here. It might go move, but you're welcome.
I've got a goldfish.
How do you? What do you want to do?
Goldie.
Goldie the Goldfish. Yeah, that's a great name. Yeah, very good. But I mean, I think it's a really interesting conversation about whether or not there is also like a moral obligation in this situation.
But I mean, I think, you know, in this same conversation, because it was like between Ugandan people and British people, they were talking about, I mean, obviously it came out, obviously the privilege that we've got in this country to have the food resources, but you learn so much from your pets, and actually when the pet dies, it's just a way to learn about death and to understand that someone or something you love can actually disappear.
So it's almost like life lessons through animals, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
No, oh, this is what it is. Controversy. Let's go for it, Helen. What you got in your mind?
It's not really what you get because most living things can die at one point in their life.
So do you think you can learn from animals? Do you think with animals you can learn from them?
Not really.
Not really. Because if you learn anything from your three rats, have your rats taught you anything? I'm not talking about like geography, but you know.
It's taught me lots of things. Like apparently the best way to eat your food is to take the food bowl from the top layer down to the bottom layer because that's the only acceptable place to eat.
Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't know that, obviously, yeah.
You obviously have to take your hammock down in the middle of the night and still sleep on it while it hangs from the ceiling by one leg.
Alright, now, there's the thing, I mean, that's what's going on with these years. I think on the roof instead of the kitchen table. But I mean, that's it. Do we have pet? You've got a pet, haven't you? Do you eat, what's your dog's name? Bunch. Bunch as well. And has Bunch ever taught you anything? We talk about a pet's like a learning opportunity. Have you ever learned anything from Bunch? No?
Can fudge eat fudge?
Oh, big question. No.
Make it poorly.
So maybe we learn about diets of animals as well. Should we have more animals in schools?
Well, I learned yesterday and today that dogs can eat carrots.
Can they?
That's how we started off this whole conversation.
I forgot where I was for a moment, to be honest with you.
I had friends dog used to eat my peas off the plant. Pea pods. Used to just come in my garden and eat pea pods off the plant.
Right, okay.
At Christmas years ago, our dog decided when we was the chocolate orange tree. Our cats climbed up the tree, knocked all of them off, and our dog ate one of them. And we almost had to take her to the vet.
Right, okay. But I mean, it's not the dog's fault. Is that your fault? No.
It's the cat's fault.
It's the cat's fault. Always the cat, isn't it? Always the cat. Always the cat. Here come Warren and cat. Hey, look at that. We got people juice. So cat in time, big as cat. At the moment, you know what I mean? Final thought, Diane. Don't speak up. Give us a final thought.
Well, I think it's time for a strong tonic water.
A strong tonic water. Give us a final thought before you go.
Just rats.
Rats.
That's all I'm going to say.
Bob, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much for your time. Good job. We're going to be here. I mean, I don't know what time. What's got for? Yeah.
You like race to be across the best
Video games.
What video games do you like playing?
Fortnite.
Fortnite? Oh, no. See, the thing is...
Zelda.
Oh, Zelda's the best one. Yeah.
Dad plays that and doesn't play.
Do you enjoy video games? Yeah, what games do you play? Come sit down, that's what we're talking about. Give us 2 minutes of your time. Final call. 2 minutes. So we got Dark, no problem. What's your name? Rob. This is Thomas, we've got Pip, we've got Michael, this is Elam, I am Will. And we want to talk about video games. We enjoyed Fortnite, Pip's more on the Zelda side, and you're on Dark Souls. What is it you like about Dark Souls? The brutality of it. I like it.
Tough gameplay.
Right. So is it important for a game to be difficult? A game's too easy nowadays? No. Is Fortnite a difficult game?
If you get the hang of it, it isn't. But if you only just start playing, you have to practice.
You love it for the emojis, don't you?
And also, my friends play it and I can talk to them.
Can you play with your friends on Dark Souls? Are there any dances in Dark Souls? Come sit down, we're having a chat about computer games.
Not dances.
Not dances, no, just dances with swords, yeah? Oh, right.
I don't play Dark Souls.
Do you? Right, interesting. Rob, I'm going to get your thoughts. Give me your name first. What's your name? Alice. Gracie. Mom. Okay, we got... I'm just Alex. Alice, sorry, it's a lot of names today for me. Alice, Gracie, Rob, Mum. We've got Mikey, this is Pip, this is Howie, I'm Will, Talkaoke. Rob, we're talking about video games at the minute. And Rob, you were just telling us about sort of Dark Souls being quite a difficult game. You enjoy the challenge of it, don't you? I mean, is that the only game you'll play exclusively now, or is it like more to your roster? Yeah? Is video games?
Games with like retro or right up to right now.
I mean, what I find interesting is what is considered retro nowadays. Are we talking like Atari? I say to my dad, if there's no problem, it's not a real game. Right, okay. If you don't know what Pong, we're not talking about ping pong, we'll come back to it, don't worry.
I'm not a computer game player, but my niece and nephew play computer games. And my niece, she's a lovely girl, lovely, really nice, really polite, really kind. And then she's playing Grand Theft Auto, and like she's caught up in a garage, and she has to shoot her way out. And she executes like 7 people, there's blood everywhere. I'm traumatised by that, watching that. Do you know what I mean? I find it extremely traumatic. Yet she's playing these games on a daily basis.
So are video games too violent at the minute? Is it okay if you can just do a little dance over someone's body? Does that make it better all of a sudden?
No, but on Fortnite you can't do that because if you get shot you just disappear.
Right. So I don't like the violence and I didn't want this one to play Fortnite. But you've got such a social group, like with his mates, and they all play together, and the conversations that they have is amazing. And I don't think, other than the fact when I hear "get him with a pickaxe," they're probably more like just chatting about.
Enjoy where you can, so you get tired, you can't really shout that anymore. But I mean, Alice, what about yourself? Do you play video games?
Not really, but my older brother does.
Right, and what is it about video games that you don't like? Is it just never attracted you?
I just don't really like the violence.
Give us a final thought, please, Sarah.
That's not violent.
I'm trying to find out.
That's not violent.
Just keep playing.
Just keep playing, yeah. Should there be an age? Should there be an age that he cuts off?
No, my dad's 66, he's still working. I'm just no man's sky.
I mean, no man's got sky's the limit. You know what I mean? See, that's what we're here for today. Right, Rob, thanks for your time. Have a great day today. Grace. Yes, Gracie, Grace, just Grace. Anyway, Gracie. And we've got Mum, of course. Mum, what's your take on video games? Do you play them? Do you know?
I play Fortnite, yeah.
Do you play Fortnite as well? I mean, or maybe Howie, Mum, maybe you two have met across the board before. Maybe you're the one that's not
Probably
with
shot
the
this,
Yeah, Howie agrees. Howie's like, yeah, I've got used my pickaxe before.
Why is everyone a banana in Fortnite? I don't get that. What's going on with the bananas?
Ah, so is it should game? Right, we're talking about money. A game's just a money-making machine. Do you play computer games? No. Why don't you like them? Just get bored. Is it good to us? What do you do instead? Give us 2 minutes of your time. Come on, you look really fashionable. Tell me, is it fitting clothes? What do you do? No, but I mean, we're talking about skins. We're talking about clothes. Is it like a fashion statement in games? Is that what
these guys want to join in?
Yeah, come sit down. We're talking about video games for a minute.
It's kind of a fashion.
It is. Because you're saying you play with your friends. Hi, I'm going to get your ideas. We've got some new faces. What's your name? Matosa? Yeah. Matosa, is that right? If I get it wrong, you've got to tell me. So we've got a lot of names from today. Sam as well. So we've got Matosa, we've got Sam, we've got Mum, we've got Grace, we've got Alice, we've got Howie, we've got Pip, we've got Mikey. I'm Will. This is Talkaoke. We're talking about video games at the minute. A lot of people like them. Alice and Grace, not so much really, is it? You're not too much fun. Grace, actually, get your opinion. Do you like computer games? Roblox, okay, we're getting a new game into the mix as well. What is it you like about Roblox?
It's loads of different games. So it's like a big game with loads of games in it, like
Have we got like an Inception sound effect? Because like because we're getting like into it now, aren't we? There's games within games, there's layers built in. Yeah. See, you've got to keep up, Mike, you've got to keep up conversations moving. Sam, what's your fault? Do you like computer games? Yeah, what is it? What do you play? Is it Call of Duty or old classics? Hey, big popular opinion there. And what about yourself? Do you play any computer games?
Mainly mobile games.
Mobile? And do mobile games, is that classed as a video game? It looks like Mum might be playing one right now, you know what I mean? She's logged onto Fortnite, so she can find Howie. No. So I mean, what is it about mobile phones that are like so much easier to play now? Do you prefer it?
It's portable, like you carry around with you instead of having to sit on the end.
Right, okay. So maybe, do we need video games more portable?
Well, this is a festival of making, and without getting too boring, maybe we should be making our own computer games rather than going for these big ones. And if you were going to make a computer game, what would it be like?
Well, I'm going to turn that. We do this thing at Talkaoke. We're going to come back to it, but we turn the mirror. See, Mike has regretted it already because I love to do it. We turn the mirror back on the person that asks a question. So, if you could make a video game, what game would you make?
Well, because I'm like such a vegan hippie. It would be like a sort of vegetarian game where you had to sort of plant carrots and save the cows and chickens.
Well, Fortnite's got bananas, so maybe it's halfway there.
It's on the way there. You've got bananas, but the bananas are not peaceful enough. I want a peace-loving game.
So you mean like a banana report that goes on hugging people? Is that what you mean?
Yes, I like that idea. It could be like, how many people can you hug? How many people can you hug?
Right. You've got the bombshell there. Right, let's talk about it. Why do we need more friendly, more loving games? Do you want to see more computer games? I see you in the back. Come on over, come take a seat. What is it? What would you like to see, Gracie? What video games would we make that would be like, this is what I want to see in Roblox? Any ideas?
Probably something where you can invite all your mates in like one game that everyone would love, like a game where you can do like.
So something to do with people, yeah? Because is it Mateza, yeah? Mateza, you were saying that you like the portability. Is it something? Is it like a social game that you play, or is it just something you play on your own? Mainly social games, right? So like, because how we were saying before, you were saying that it's the social element that made you want to let Howie play Fortnite. Is that a big part now of gaming? Is gaming all about the social side? Do you need to have people to have fun?
Not really, but you can. But it's mostly about fun.
Would Mikey's dream game of planting carrots and hugging people be more fun if you could do it with your friends? Or is that just never going to be fun? I mean... No. It's a big question, isn't it, Alice? I'm going to put my back to Mikey before I can finish going. Oh, Pete, we'll come to you then. We'll come to Alice, yeah? Is it Animal... Have you ever played Animal Crossing?
I've heard of Animal Crossing. I like it. I'm literally never play any computer games. I don't even... I spend enough time on my computer anyway. I don't want to spend more time. My eyesight's got really bad from lockdown, being on the computer, not being out in the wild. I don't want to. I've heard of Animal Crossing. I've never played it.
Maybe you just need a bit of Breath of the Wild. Thank you very much. So what? I mean, where do you want to go with it? Where do you want to go with this conversation? It's a really interesting one. I do like the idea of video games and sociability.
I'm wondering, because these people here, they don't look like a bunch of violent killers, but they are doing it online.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's, my question is does playing computer games actually release that violence and make people calmer? Or does it actually make people want to go out and do the same thing in real life?
Do video games make you violent? What do you think? Do video games make you violent?
No!
You don't play them, you don't know. What are we talking about? Give us a minute of time, come and have a chat if you want to.
No, I don't think
Give us a final thought before we go.
teach you to do violence because it technically makes you have fun instead of learn to do violence.
So it's about fun and not doing violence. I know you're going to go. We're going to start with Alice and we'll go Grace and we'll go Mum. Give us a final thought before you go.
Videos are kind of good, but I would like to kind of have a video game created on Roblox where it's a big game that's full of different games on Roblox.
Right.
Because everyone's I have this big friend group at school, we all play Roblox, and they're all like, oh yeah, but I want to play 6 and someone's like, no, I don't like that, we want to play 6
Right, okay. So it's almost like a playground for the games, isn't it? Oh, we're getting really deep into it now, aren't we? Michael, come to get some final thoughts.
No, but it's part of the final thought because that could be part of the festival of making, couldn't it? I'm thinking of festival. It could be making games in Roblox.
Maybe
that could be part of the festival of making.
Could you host the next festival of making on Roblox? Could you have a virtual festival of making? I don't know. We'll come back to it, Sam. I know I was lost as well. But Gracie, get a final thought.
I think my favourite game on Roblox has to be Blackburn because what we do is you have to build a house.
Right.
And when you build the house, you have to work and stuff for money. So it's like real life, but then it's like a virtual game.
Right, so maybe life would be more fun if you treated it like a video game. Maybe like if every time, I don't know, you worked and I got some money, you had that little sound effect and you went, way, I was just leveled up, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe that would make you want to work more, I don't know. Mum, what about your ideas? Give us a final thought.
The
board and start playing on the
Do we spend too much time in the virtual world? Do we spend too much time? Come sit down, that's what we're talking about. Give us 2 minutes. We're having a chat in a minute. We're really getting into it. Sam, advertiser, sorry, I want to get some ideas from you because we've not come over this much so much at the minute. Let's get some fresh faces, get some names. What's your name? Charlie? Mary? Kirsty. Kirsty, so we've got Charlie, Mary, Kirsty. This is Howie, this is Pip, this is Mikey, Atiza, we've got Sam. We talk at the minute about video games, computer games, and we're saying whether or not we're spending too much time as that one that Mum just left us on there. Are we spending too much time online? So what do you reckon? Do we spend too much time online as a society? Yeah, what is it that like brings us back to being online? Yeah, it's like almost like an escape. I mean, at times is that because you take your games on the go, don't you? Like on your phone. So I mean, is it fantastic in the digital world if you're on your phone or?
No, it's still like
right.
If you
want the matrix of the mobile, is it the mobile matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to like close on there. But over here, Mary, what do you think? You were saying we spend too much time online. We're spending enough time in the real world. What do you reckon about this? No, and so you spend all your time in the real world, perfect person for conversation. And is that the best way to live, do you think? Yeah? What about for other people? No, do you spend too much time online? Remind you your name one more time. Charlie, do you spend too much time online, do you think? You used to, and now what? You've been reborn again? Oh, you've got a sound effect for that. Reborn into the real world again. How have you found it being back into the real world? The sun's come out, as I said that. Almost like we set it up, wasn't it? Charlie, what is it about sort of the online world that you left behind and pulled back out of? Hey, big questions, isn't it? I mean, is there anything you really enjoy about being online?
Back in the day, it used to be an artist, and an artist is a bit like a virtual reality because you can make your own reality because you can just draw it. But it's a lot harder to draw something than it is to just enter a computer game.
Right. Okay. So maybe it's the easy way out.
I think it's just too easy. I think, but you can. There is something about imagination, but you know. It's actually, how do you actually get that imagination going?
So
you know what I mean?
Video games killing imagination? Is that what we're saying?
Well, yes and no. Yes and no.
Oh, probably most topic. Now you got to remind me. I forgot your name. Remind me of your name. Kirsty. Sorry, Kirsty. There's been a lot of names for me today. Okay, but Kirsty, you're disagreeing with Howie. Howie, I'm going to get to you. Keep that passion there for you, my friend. All right. Kirsty, what is it about this video games that's killing imagination? Do you think?
It's all about fire, isn't it?
So do you think we need more creative video games? Like more Microsoft Paint? I don't know. Something with the Microsoft Paint of the Xbox era. I'm in a country like Howard, you said it doesn't. It's all about imagination.
Because on Fortnite you can go creative and then you can build your own structures. And same as Minecraft. Same as
so it's like sandbox version of games, you know. Mikey, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the onus in at least in Fortnite, Minecraft I think is better because it's more imaginative. But in Fortnite, the onus is on actually killing people and destruction, not creativity.
Come sit down here. We've got food. You come have a sit down. We're talking about computer games at the moment. We've got lots of names. Let's get some names. Come in. Zian, we've got Mikey, we've got Tyson, we've got Sam, we've got Charlie, we've got Mary, we've got Kirsty, we've got Zoe, we've also got Howie, we've got Pete. Let's get a final thought before you leave us. Final thought. Give that anything else. What's on your mind that one?
What do you think about these video games? Are they creative or are they sucking the creativity out of young people and leaving them as a hollow shell?
Hey, you're wrong.
They suck it off creativity. When you come back, Mary, what's your final thought?
A drink.
Yeah, have a drink. Hey, get one for me as well. Kirsty, what about yourself?
Charlie's right.
Yeah, alright, hey Charlie, massive thank you for sharing your time, I appreciate it, have a lovely rest of your day. We're talking about video games. Mikey wonders whether or not it's sucking the imagination out of people, as I know. How are you disagreeing? I'm going to get some ideas.
because you already use your imagination on Minecraft because you can balance.
Right, okay. I mean, do you play Minecraft? Do you enjoy it? What is it about Minecraft that you enjoy then?
Like the building stuff.
The building?
Expands creativity.
With anything in it.
Could you have like a real life? Do you play Minecraft?
Come on,
Come on. Could you have like a real life version of Minecraft, you reckon? Is that something we could build?
Well, that's what we were saying earlier on, in that people were saying you could have a big warehouse with lots of boxes and make stuff like this. Look, we're next to this cathedral. That took probably like 10 to even 100 years to make. It's hard work, like chopping down the stone and stuff like that. In Minecraft, you just get a box and you just bang, you've done it. So, like, I think that kind of the process of actually putting stuff together, making blocks, would be, you know, in real life would be much more kind of rewarding.
So is that what it is though? Does it take too long to do these things in real life? Is it just easier on video games? Is that what there's a... Yeah, is it, what was your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Right, well, so there's a lot of names going on, so if you forget your name, don't take it personally. Blame Mikey, that's what he's here for, alright? So, what we're saying at the moment is Mikey's saying... Oh, okay, Howie's got your back, it's alright. I might not, but Howie's got your back. So, what are you saying? Is it too easy in video games at the minute? Is it too much hard graft in real life to build things, or is it more rewarding to do it in real life? What do you think? It's hard work. So what do you want to do? Do you want to talk more about the idea of building things, or is it more about building it in reality?
Well, I just think people don't really know how to make stuff in real life anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you give me a final thought?
I believe that Minecraft it's not the same as building in real life, because obviously you just build it, you say nothing happens. If you build in real life, you have to think about a lot more. In Minecraft, you can make floating buildings, it's just not realistic.
Right, but maybe we need more floating buildings.
I think we need it.
Beef is better than Minecraft. Final thought? Love everyone. See, there's a lot of love in Blackburn at the moment, isn't there? Is it something, do you play FIFA? Do you play Minecraft? Any ideas? None of them. What is it the game? What's your favourite game? PUBG! Right, if I'm not mistaken, it's a bit like Fortnite, isn't it? Like the original Fortnite. It's better than Fortnite. We've got the controversy back again, haven't we? Alright? Is this like on a channel or something? It is a card. Take a card. Might give you one. What is it about PUBG that's better than Fortnite then?
It looks more like real life.
Right, okay. Right. So is like video games, are they better when they look more like real life, or should they be more cartoony? Any ideas? But do you like a realistic game or a more animated game? What's your preference?
Realistic is more
Realistic. Right. So it brings it back to Mikey's fears about his knees playing going to Fortnite.
What about VR?
Right, is VR, it's even worse, is it? Why is it worse?
Instead of having a control and killing people, they're doing
Right. I mean, I'm popping certainly to walk in and see on Fortnite the pickaxe in VR. That might be a bit of an image straight away. Be a bit more quiet than this sort of stuff. But look at your ideas. Is it better for games to be realistic, or is it better to be more of an escapism? You know, is it better to be like?
I think it needs to be escapism. Because it's about that whole kind of way you need to play outside in the trees, and you play magical games.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be playing in the virtual world, you need to play magical games.
Right.
Yeah, but some of the games you can play at, like in the real world. Some you have to play in the actual video games.
Right, okay.
Because you can't do it in real life.
Yeah, I think maybe it's sort of like the opposite of what you were saying there, Sam. Maybe people play these video games to release those inner desires to do in a safe way instead of doing them in real life. I mean, would PUBG still be as fun if a dragon swooped down and ate half the players? Would you still play it, or would that just ruin it for you?
Personally, I wouldn't like it because I'm really against the game a lot.
Right. So it's got to like stay true to its roots in a way as well. And that's a really interesting point. But Mikey, you said earlier you wanted a game where people love each other and enjoy their time together. You know, have you got in a mind where it's like you create your avatar and you can go over and hug another avatar looking like someone you know? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I do think there needs to be some difficulty in the game. There's got to be some sense of conflict, some sense of struggle. Like, because if it was all just everything was nice, it would, you know, it would be just boring, basically, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be boring. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's got to be some sort of struggle, but why not have it to create something and actually use your imagination? Like the winner shouldn't be the one who kills the most bananas, but actually yeah, I know they're not all bananas, but it should be like the one who creates the greatest landscape or the most amazing.
So if there was like a competition in Minecraft, who can build the most intricate building? Do you play computer games? Not really. Why don't you like them? Eagles, what do you like playing? You don't. What do you like doing with your time then? Nothing. That's not really doing nothing.
It's like meditation. It's like meditation, isn't it?
You're
It's
not
like,
doing nothing. We're talking.
We're talking. Should we need more video games where we talk? You know, if we like social, should we have a virtual Talkaoke? Should we jump on Facebook and have like a virtual one in a sense? Is that what you mean? No, why not?
Because then you would just be sending messages instead of actually saying it in real life.
I mean, who knows? We could be the new MSN, couldn't we? Really? What's a bit flicker over there? Yeah. Why would it be better in real life, Sam? Just being online, kill the imagination. That's what we're talking about at the minute. Yeah, come sit down, we're stopping the chat. I ain't had a trip yet. That's all right, don't have a trip. We don't know what happened.
I ain't trying to get on there.
Yeah, tell me, do you play computer games? Yeah, what do you play?
Warzone.
Warzone, hey, we got more Call of Duty fans in the house, yeah?
Not really, just FIFA.
Just FIFA, what are your names?
Sal.
Sal?
Isa.
Isa, nice to meet you. Will. This is Talkaoke. We're talking a lot about video games at the moment, aren't we? It's been a bit of a blur, hasn't it, really, Pip, right? We're talking about, do they make it violent? Does it kill your imagination? Is it better if it's realistic? Does it need to be social? What makes a good video game for you? Any ideas, Sal? What makes it good?
Storyline.
Storyline. Is it about having a good story there?
I like the storyline. Follow along, feel like what
it's a real life virtual book that you can live almost, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
That's a bit like Fortnite because there is like stories that you can do.
Is there a good storyline in Fortnite? Is there a good storyline in Call of Duty Warzone, you know? Is that what it is? You're like doing stuff all the time. Campaign? Yeah. Is there enough of a storyline in FIFA? You know what I mean? Like, is that what you people go to FIFA for, to get the storyline?
There's not much fun in FIFA, but Call of Duty.
So does that mean it's not a good game? What does that? It's all about storylines. So FIFA bad games. It's got no storyline. See, so what makes FIFA so good then?
Well, sometimes with Salia, when you're rubbish at a game, then you find the game.
So is it about being enjoyable? I mean, with firing shots, I don't have a shots thing. I can go like this though. I can get your back, Salah, right? I can do that. But we've got some new faces at the table. What are their names? You know what I mean? No, not everyone knows you there, my friend, alright? Yeah, 2 seconds. Well, I've got to introduce everyone again. Come on. Sam, Adam, Ariane, we're talking still about video games. It seems to be the hot topic at the moment, doesn't it, as well? So we're saying apparently you've got to be good at a game to enjoy it, but how many? You said earlier it's not like you've got to practice it first, and you know you're not good at it to begin with.
Yeah, because if you were on like a phone that just saw you had for it and it looked really cool, you could go on it, but you really wanted it to still.
Right, okay. I mean, do you play FIFA at the back? You do? What team do you play as? What is it? Is it Burnley? Is it like Villa? I mean, I can't tell. Who might you play? What Arsenal? Are you on TV? No, it's not on. Look, it's off. It's coming off. It's our battery. You're just in time.
Right, go on, lad. Let's get involved.
What's your name? Adib, nice to meet you. What is it about? No, Mikey's going to get. Let me get a final thought from these before they go, and I'll come back to you. What's your final thought?
About what games?
Anything you like. It could be about video games, football, it could be what we're doing later on.
Futsal over JD.
Futsal over JD?
Futsal. Yeah, futsal over JD.
Oh, mate, friends that work for rival companies are that. That is a story in itself, alright? Look forward to it next time. Yeah, not bad. This is Talkaoke. It's a pop-up talk show. We've been on a bit of a journey together. Not quite, no. It's almost like it's like a live Google in a sense,
We just
right?
drive around in the van talking to people, we do record it, we put it online, but it's more about people talking to each other here and now. You would never talk to Howie probably in the cathedral gardens, but you are today.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's find out.
I just went to watch the movie Maverick in cinemas. Tom Cruise. One of the best movies I've ever watched.
Top Gun Maverick is this.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right.
Top Gun
Okay.
and the second one's Maverick. Wow.
Can you give us like a 5-word spoiler-free review of Maverick?
On that? Wow.
You can, I mean, I'm not going to hold you to the 5 words.
What, sorry?
Like spoiler-free review. I don't want to cause a riot here or nothing.
I'm just going to say that was one of the best movies I've ever watched.
Hey, it's a great review then, eh?
Fantastic,
I highly recommend
amazing,
it.
high intensity, high adrenaline.
I mean, what's better then? Is it better to spend your time going to the movies or playing video games, or movies are better?
It depends what age you are as well, to be honest with you.
Right, okay.
I'm 35 now, so when I was, a bit younger, video games were the best thing. But now, as you grow up, what are movies?
So what is it then? Well, I mean, what people used to say about movies straight off. What makes movies for you better than computer games?
I love the
The stories.
stories.
People seem to like the storyline.
I love the action.
The action of it. I mean, what about
video games?
The movies and video games.
So what video games do you like playing? Football?
Fortnite seems to be Howard's go-to.
Well, I've got a son who's 11 years old, and he does not play Fortnite. He's only allowed to play FIFA.
Only FIFA? Right, we're like coaching through here. And does he have free reign of the team to play, or does he only one team he can play? Any team you like. That's the most important. You were seem to saying as well you like films. What is it about films that entices you, Sam? What do you love about them? The story. So I think the big question for me is the storyline is so important. What makes a good storyline? What makes it a good story, a great story? What makes a good storyline? Any ideas? Is it believable? Do stories have to be believable to be good? What's it now?
He's good. He's fantastic.
Come on, sit down. Well, no, I've got my live reviewer here behind me. Mikey, go for it.
No, well, I was saying it earlier, in a story, you've got to have struggle, you've got to have a bit of injustice. Like someone, a good person, then something really bad happens to them.
Right.
And then, like...
There's got to be a bit of turmoil in it,
Yeah, they're a nice person, you start off with a nice person that they're really good intentions, and then something goes badly wrong, and then it's all about getting back to...
Right. Oh, wait, if we're going to back it up...
We're going to go for what football team?
Liverpool.
Oh, we're really changing direction here. Don't like football, how much is football team? Everton, Ellen? Arsenal.
West Ham United.
Where?
I play for
Howie's team.
Yeah, alright, we've got a local team.
Come get involved in this. It's got to be West Ham United, the Academy of Football.
The thing is, I'm not allowed an opinion, but we all know everyone's wrong. That's the Villa.
Blackburn love football.
Blackburn love football.
They love football.
So what is it about football that you love? I've got a shield program here.
Because Blackburn Rovers were a great team in 1995. The Liverpool manager at that time was Kenny Dalglish, Hillsborough. So Blackburn love football.
What is it that's boring? Football
This is the thing, it's about the story. It's like, for example, West Ham United, they're doing well, let's say against Chelsea. Then, Romelu Lukaku goes down in the box, like a sack of potatoes. Our defender, Craig Dawson, gets sent off unfairly. There's injustice there. It's the beginnings of a story. How do you come back from that? How do you actually bounce back from that injustice?
There's no way back.
You know, you've got the rich team owned by a Russian billionaire supporting the war in Ukraine, and they are the evil people, but they've got the money, and then you've got the plucky EastEnders that have got to try and recover from that. It's a story. It's a whole story. It's not about just kicking a ball. It's not about kicking a ball, it's about the story behind it.
Right, so
Everton's about resilience.
It's about resilience,
Yeah,
is it?
because they typically are resilient.
So this brings back to
Guys,
Mikey's
can I ask you a
turn.
quick question? Which football team do you support?
Blackburn? What makes Blackburn so good? It's your hometown. It's about having like a story, a meaning behind it. Chelsea as well. Right, okay, so we'll have none of that. We'll have none of that. We'll have none of that. All right. Right, so I think the thing is it only football that can have that sort of story and ignite that sort of passion, or is it all sport?
No, it's most.
Hold on, I'm going to come to you, Howie.
There's loads of sports.
What other sports can that sort of passion inspire in people?
Basketball.
Basketball. Do we like basketball as much in the UK? I mean, do you like basketball, Matthias? Is it basketball? Is that your thing? I know you weren't into football that much.
I'm going to tennis.
Tennis. Who's your favourite tennis player? Andy Murray. Because the thing is, you don't have like a team in tennis, do you? And so to get the same sort of enjoyment out of it, it's not a team. Do you get like an Andy Murray kit you can wear? Yeah, what's it? Was it just his face across there, like his mum on the back? Like, how does it work? Do you know what I mean?
Murray. Andy Murray's past his years now, to be honest with you, but Blackburn is all about football and the second part of cricket.
Right,
We love
okay.
cricket as well here, yeah.
Is it cricket? Is it? The thing is, I find it really interesting because I grew up in a house that only liked one sport, and it wasn't a
At
big
the final day of the Premier League season, if you guys remember, the Leeds stayed up, Burnley went down, Liverpool lost the title, City won it. Blackburn was
Jackie James, come sit down.
So Blackburn was all over the place. All the bars were full. I was actually at that Adelphi there, just watching it.
Was that?
Yeah. So Liverpool lost the title there in front of me, and Leeds stayed up. Burnley went down. Watford went down.
Andy Murray's still going, you know. The thing is, what I like about this though, is I like the idea. I like the idea that football is like it brings people together in a sense, doesn't it?
The good thing is about Blackburn, that he's just smashing Andy Murray. He's a legend of the sport. Is that me saying Steven Gerrard now? Frank Lampard.
Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard,
Paul
Scholes.
They're all legends of the game.
Jay Rodriguez.
Yeah. Good player.
I don't seem to be really
John Barnes, Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler.
But can I ask something as well though? Mike, we'll get your point actually, then I'll get you.
No, I just want to come back to the idea of the story, because the story is so important. You know, like Blackburn, the only sort of non-Big Five football club to win the Premier League, apart from Leicester now.
This is my question, because just to bring we spoke about a lot today. We started talking about Blackburn, Burnley, the rival. We spoke about video games. We spoke about loads of stuff. And I think. Hold on. We just need to ask you this. I love the passion. Hold it now, right? And they said people from Liverpool, they love a chat, so you're absolutely bringing the thunder there. But I want to ask this question, which is, what is it about sports personalities specifically that make people say, you were saying that word, these are the legends, this is the story, but like, we don't have that with video game players, do you know what I mean? Like somebody mentioned earlier that there was a young person that had millions playing Fortnite, but yet no one knows their name. Is it just sports stars that can bring this sort of passion out of people, or, can you have it from authors, from teachers, from people, leaders? Do we need politicians to ignite the passion in people?
I don't think.
Ellen?
Yeah, you know what? It would be good to sort of get a bit more passion about people other than celebrities. I guess now footballers are celebrities, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're earning a lot more than celebrities. I'm just wondering, who else should we celebrate?
Is there anybody that we can celebrate that isn't a sports star?
I met a guy called Gus Khan from Birmingham.
Gus Khan, Smalley, let's go.
I met him making a Netflix movie in Blackburn 2 weeks ago. Gus Khan, we took a selfie together.
He's a comedian from Smalley.
Yeah, I met Gus, and I think he could be a big influence.
Yeah, Gus is a good guy, like in Smalley in Birmingham, where we're from. I'm not having an opinion, but he is a big person in the Asian community in Birmingham. He's all about making local films, about bringing that back to people.
But just thinking about celebrating people who put this on. Like the festivals had a massive impact on Blackburn, and it really raises the profile.
But does anyone know who's responsible for making the Festival of Making? Who is the master maker? Like, do you know what I mean?
There's Eleanor, there's there's Lauren, there's Kay. There's loads of people out there, and we should give them a shout out there. You know what we should do is we should make a story. We should make a story out of the people that put on this festival and have really done something for Blackburn. We should shout out Eleanor. We should shout out Lauren. We should shout out Kay and some other people.
Wayne, so you know.
We shout out the people of Blackburn. They don't have to be footballers, they can be makers, they can be doers. Come and join in. Well, this is Talkaoke, we're shouting out Blackburn.
We've got loads of names. Let's get some names. What's your name?
Jacob.
John.
Tom.
Oh, wait,
Tom Brand.
I'm going to get these names, I'm going to get a final thought.
Morgan. Savage! Jim.
I'm your name, you run away to the back.
Ben. John Warner.
We're going to talk, we're going to get your ideas. Let's just get a final thought from Howie and Pip. You've stuck with us for a long time. Give me a final thought.
I love video games.
You love video games. Well, they got it. Pip, what's your final thought?
Blackburn's amazing. I always love coming here.
Thank you so much. Welcome, like Mikey said, this Talkaoke. My friends, you've not only to put a foot up, there's a chair right there for you, alright? You sure? Well, if you need to sit down, you can do. Final thought.
Get them on, lads. Liverpool Football Club, the best team in the world. I love Blackburn Rovers as well.
So what is it? You seem to be passionate about Blackburn. You love Blackburn. What is it about Blackburn that's so amazing?
Blackburn's horrible.
Why is it horrible?
It's a poo hole.
Right. What makes it so bad? No, what?
Shadworth.
Right, in these areas are they? I'm not from here, I don't know about it. Right. So where's better? Where are you from? Where do you live?
From Oakdale.
Oakdale, alright, bit of controversy. What? Does anyone else actually like Blackburn? Are you friends? So none of you like Blackburn, yet you spend your Saturday in Blackburn. How does that one work?
I love Shadworth.
Shadworth, where's that?
Shadworth, yeah. I love Shadworth Babs.
Right, is that like a swimming? Is that swimming pool, is it? What is it about? Do you all like swimming?
Yeah.
Maybe you need more activity, swimming, stuff like that. What would make Blackburn better then? If we could say this is the organiser of Blackburn, say this is what's going to make it worth coming here. What would you like to see? Any ideas? Don't know. Is there just no hope in saving it?
What about, because what people were saying, make a film about Blackburn. Could you make it like for example, you had 8 Mile, Eminem making a film about Detroit, and alright, it didn't make out Detroit being a great place, did it? It was like, you know, it was a bit like Blackburn, basically. So you could make a film like 8 Mile about Blackburn, couldn't you? But, yeah.
I mean, what was interesting though is we were saying there, like making marijuana legal. Maybe Blackburn needs to be the trial place. Is that what it is? The Blackburn needs to be the first on the forefront of that. Eminem could come in and tell the story. You know? Yeah, what would that bring everyone to Blackburn, do you think?
Yeah.
Right, so...
Yeah, I agree with them.
Yeah.
I think we should legalise heroin.
Yes!
Why are drugs illegal? That's my question.
Whoa, right. I got a lot of wins here. I'm thinking they're fighting, so let's get a couple of names through. Let's not name through, let's get a couple of opinions, let's just hear it.
It's illegal because things can happen.
Right, what things can happen?
Dangerous things.
Like dangerous things?
I feel like if alcohol is legal, so should marijuana.
Right, so if one drug's legal, should all drugs be legal as well? Do you think all drugs should be legal? No. I thought honestly you were going to bring over some drugs for a minute there, I don't know why. It's like a sample platter of Blackburn's finest.
Shadworth Baths should have a slide.
I think that to make Blackburn better, they should get rid of half of it. Or 3/4 of it.
Okay. I'm just giving myself a little sample. Who's the Turtle Bay, are they? Do you want to give a shout out? Give a shout out.
Shout out to Turtle Bay, yeah.
What makes Blackburn's Turtle Bay the best Turtle Bay in the country?
It's the staff.
It's the staff, is that what it is? Do you agree? We were talking here about Blackburn better? You work here, you live, you breathe Blackburn. What's going to make it better? Right. Do we need more of a nightlife here in Blackburn? Is that what it's saying? We need to make drugs legal here, so should it be like a drugs vendor in the nightclubs in Blackburn?
I do think that nightlife, people say that nightlife is, you know, it's just people getting drunk and having a good time. But that's actually really important, you know. Blackburn's talking about we need more better well-being in Blackburn.
Right.
Nightclubs are part of that. They are part of that, making people happy.
So like, here at the Festival of Making, is it about like making a nightclub, or, you know, you're talking about drugs, should there be legal classes on how to make things like that, make drugs at the Festival of Making? Is that something that's completely illegal, you know?
We're going to have to love you and leave you now. Thank you, bye, love you. Peace out.
Any other final thoughts?
Should be a factory to make crystal meth in Blackburn.
Right, maybe this should be a crystal meth factory.
John Warner needs to go out it, Robert, do what to me. Diaz!
Yeah, no, football seems to be one of the big things here today at the festival, alright? We seem to be loving the football.
That's a controversial idea, because we're talking about, you know, what could the Festival of Making be?
Yeah.
You know, could it be the Festival of Making amphetamines?
I don't know. It's really rich, hasn't it? It's gone from the festival.
I hope that's just a stills camera. Oh no!
It is important to say we've had lots of ideas today. We've had conversations around should there be things about like making new video games. That's where we started with. Should we be making job opportunities here? Should we be making more things legal? Should there be lots of different conversations, or should we just be talking about it more? That's sort of been what today's been about, really, hasn't it? I mean, Sam, what have you taken from today's conversation? It's a big one, isn't it, to be fair? What do you think the Festival of Making needs to make next time? What, any ideas?
It just brings everyone together.
It's bringing together, so the Festival of Making is like, I don't know, making memories in a way almost, you know, we're making memories here at the Festival of Making.
Video cameras, making memories.
I mean, I'm going to turn the mirror, you can shout from behind the camera, but what has it been today for you? What have you been making apart from films?
Quality visuals.
Right, quality visuals, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You've been making style as well, I'm loving that outfit, that hat's on point.
Howie, come and be on the field, be in the video.
Howie, you've been a really big part of today, Howie, and Pip as well. We're here, you were talking about giving a shout out to the creators. Look, here they've all come back as well. Howie, Pip, give us an idea, what has made the today so amazing for you, Pip? What's been the best part about the Festival of Making?
So we've been working with Liz Wilson in the company that I run, and we're one of the art in manufacturing exhibitions, so being able to see that come alive has been amazing. I might have cried.
Yeah, hey, it's about making opportunities. Howie, how about for yourself? What has been I'm getting wrapped up here, let me get out of the way. Howie, what's been your favourite part of the festival today?
Making some of the things inside and outside.
So it's like getting those opportunities to be more creative. Matthias, what about yourself? You've been a bit more quiet today.
It's bringing people who normally wouldn't meet each other, bringing them close together.
I'm liking this journey we've been on. We went down, we've been up again. Ella, you've come all the way from down in London. What has been your experience of Blackburn? What is your takeaway? What are you going to bring back down to the south as well? You let me know.
You know, it's been really good actually. Like, I have got a real insight into like the Blackburn vibe. You know, people seem to be really proud of where they live. And people seem quite optimistic about making change, you know, even though they don't really like it. It was also insightful to hear about, you know, how like the beef between Blackburn and Burnley.
Well, we can't say the B word. That's one thing I've learned today. We can't mention that one, alright? Yeah. I know, yeah, there's been a lot of rivalry, It's been an interesting journey, hasn't it, to be honest with you? But, you know, it's been an amazing day, hasn't it? I feel like this is almost starting to come to a wrap. I mean, what do we do? Do you want to keep it going? Do you want to bring it together?
I feel like this has come to a natural, you know, ebbs and flows of conversation. This has come to a natural point of reflection. It's not just my reflective jacket that's messing up it's a point of reflection now. We've come to that moment. But, you know, I don't know, what time is it now?
what time we got? It is 5 to 5.
5 to 5, so we're at the end anyway. So we're at the end of our journey. It's been a long journey today. We're back tomorrow for more conversation. I think it's time to just get those final thoughts. Let's get some final thought from the media team. Media team, we want a final thought from you. We need closure. No, we need closure.
I will not sleep tonight if I don't get the final thought.
We need closure. We need closure.
Me of my sleep. Right, hey, you can give us. You've been volunteered as the man for the final thought.
Give us some closure. Give us some closure.
Some much needed closure. What's your final thought?
My final thought?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing to be back after COVID.
Yeah.
Amazing to be back.
Fantastic.
Festival events. Seeing all it's just drilling into it rather than being on the devices.
Amazing stuff. Thanks for your time. Give us a final thought. You've been so influential in today's conversation.
So I love my son.
You love your son.
He came to the boring bit at the start of this festival because he wanted to make me happy, and he spent all day doing me proud, having a great time, and we've hung out, which sometimes you'd end up doing less, don't you?
Spot on. Right, Howie, press that button. That one's for you.
That was for you.
That's my man. All right, spot on. Sam, final thought, my friend.
Final thought. Festival is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Mattizer.
Make peace, not war.
Make peace, not war. Howie, what's your final thought for today?
It's been a really good day.
It's been a really good day. Fantastic. Mikey, what's your takeaway of the day?
This is just the beginning, Blackburn.
It's just the beginning. All right. And Ella, what's your final takeaway?
Wow, get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, this has been the People Speak. This is Talkaoke. We will see you tomorrow, 12 till 5. Give us a final thought. You've queued up for the day. Give us final thoughts today. What's your final thought?
Burnley going down and Blackburn are going up.
Right, final thought.
Blackburn are winning the championship.
I love this show. I can stand here winning Premier League.
I'm going to follow you on Instagram. Shout out to Alex Briggs and also Clive Walsh.
Final thought.
Shout out to Will Broadhurst. He's not here today, but he's a lovely guy.
This has been amazing. I'm Will. This is Talkaoke. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you all tomorrow, everyone. We're wrapping up for the day, but look, have a good one. It's going to be good fun. We're back tomorrow. You here tomorrow? Oh, well, we're back, you know. Catch us online.
See you again.
What's what? That's my pasta. I don't know. It's mac and cheese at the time, a bit chilly.
This guy from Turtle Bay, if you want to get some more, you have to go over there. I'm sure if you said they were giving out free samples, you get one yourself. And they've got a sense of justice there. Thanks to everyone that's taken part today. Over to you, Ellen.
What were you saying, Maximilian?
You come to Accrington.
You're inviting me to Accrington. All right.
We will be in Accrington. We've been in Accrington before. We will be in Accrington again.
Yes!
We've been. What's the name of that supermarket next to the station? We've been down now, down to Tesco's. We've been in the car park of Tesco's before. Look out for us. Look out for the glowing round table. We will be back in Accrington. And thanks everyone for today.
Yeah.